into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Well, a very good morning to you. It is Friday, which means the weekend is here, and this is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We are so excited to be spending the morning with you all the way through till 9 o'clock. Now, as we gear up for the weekend, we will be bringing you an array of entertainment for your Feel Good Friday. First off, we're going to head on over to the Free State, where Mr. Raul de Mornay is catching up with Lesedi FM team as they celebrate their 62nd birthday. So tune into Lesedi FM and keep your TVs glued to Expresso, because today is the perfect day where radio meets TV and TV meets radio. But if you thought that was it, think again. We are also heading over to Johannesburg, where Kuchle Adams will be at Sandton City as they build up to the Tropica Island of Treasure auditions that's happening this weekend. And this is also your last weekend to enter, to be a smooth contestant and stand a chance to win your share of 1 million rand. So lots of excitement happening on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and let's say good morning to my partner in crime. Hey, Wasty.
Nogals in crime, I like that. Thank you so much, Zoe. My name's Carl Wasty. Welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And today, I just wanted to find out something so simple. I could have asked you about a deep and meaningful thing today, but I'm just curious. You've had a long week. What are you getting up to this weekend? What are the plans? That's what I'd love to know today on the Facebook page. So get creative as well. Even if you don't have plans, you could say you are embarking on an audio-visual journey. And that means that you're enjoying S3 this entire weekend. That's fine as well. So feel free to get imaginative and share. Remember, there's also a WhatsApp line number that we use as well. So throughout the show, if you've got any voice notes, if you want to share in that way, that's also fine. 063-408-8863 if you want to connect with us on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. As we take our first look at the news headlines, here's Zoe again.
Thank you, Wasty. Well, let's take a look at your national headlines. Patients of government clinics can now choose to receive their chronic medication as a convenient SA post office branch instead from their clinics. Now, this collection service is available in all provinces at 342 post offices, but not in the Western Cape. SA Post Office spokesperson Johan Creer said the service is aimed at patients who live or work close to one of the SAPO offices than a government clinic. Post offices are reportedly open at the moment until 5 p.m. on weekdays and Saturday mornings, allowing much longer hours for collecting medication. And bringing it to the Western Cape, the Premier of the Western Cape, Alan Winde, says he has requested President Cyril Ramaphosa to convene an urgent meeting of the Presidential Coordinating Council. He wants to ask the council to abolish the remaining COVID-19 restrictions. Winde says although infections increased, hospitalizations, deaths and oxygen administrations were low. The Institute for Communicable Diseases, meanwhile, has announced that the most recent reporting period, there were 2,970 new COVID-19 cases in the last 24 to 48 hours, 10 COVID-19 related deaths. Moving to news beyond our own border, the Nigerian government has banned the sale of bushmeat as a precaution to stop the spread of monkeypox. 6 cases have been detected in the country this month, bringing to 21 the number of confirmed infections this year. Experts say it's possible that the virus can be contracted from eating meat from an infected animal, but it is not the most common transmission route. Monkeypox, a mild viral infection, is endemic in Nigeria. And Turkey will be known as Turkiye at the United Nations from now on, after the world body agreed to a formal request from Ankara. Several international bodies still will be asked to make the name change as part of a rebranding campaign launched by the Turkish president late last year. Turkiye is the best representation and expression of the Turkish people's culture, civilization and values. President Recep Tayyip Erdogan said weekend in December. Most Turks already know their country as Turkije. However, the anglicized form Turkey is widely used even within the country. And roaring crowds cheered Queen Elizabeth yesterday as she joined other royals on the balcony of Buckingham Palace on the first of 4 days of Platinum Jubilee celebrations. Thousands flooded the mall, waving Union Jacks in the brilliant sunshine to celebrate the Queen's 70-year reign. The 96-year-old watched a flypast flanked by Prince Charles and her 4-year-old great-grandson, Prince Louis. More than 1,500 officers and soldiers, along with 350 horses from the household division, took part in trooping the colour. The parade marked the start of a long weekend of events celebrating the Queen's reign, the longest by a British monarch. The Prince of Wales inspected the troops in his mother's place. More than 70 aircraft, including Spitfires from World War II, took part in a flypast over Buckingham Palace. Jets flew in the formation to form the number 70 in honour of the Queen's long reign. The 4-day celebrations will end on Sunday. Ed Sheeran will sing the national anthem with a choir made up of national treasures outside of Buckingham Palace. Well, on that very happy note, that's where I leave your morning headlines. Here's a first look at your sport for today.
Thanks a lot, partner in crime. Let's take a peek at the sporting action. Ricardo Horta struck on his first Portugal appearance in almost 8 years as they drew with Spain in their Nations League opener in Seville. Spain's Alvaro Morata scored the opening goal, finishing off a slick move involving Gavi and Pablo Sarabia. Braja's Horta, who won a first cap as a teenager in 2014, came off the bench and tucked home Joao Cancelo's cross. Jordi Alba should have won the game for Spain when he headed wide from 8 yards out. Other results saw Greece beat Northern Ireland 1-0. Sweden overcame Slovenia 2-0, and Switzerland went down 2-1 against the Czech Republic. On to rugby news. South Africa's involvement into the top flight of Northern Hemisphere club rugby has received a massive boost with the confirmation that the 4 United Rugby Championship sides and the Cheetahs will play in next season's 2 European professional club rugby knockout competitions, the Champions Cup and the Challenge Cup. This means that South African teams will now cross swords with the best clubs from England and France after already successfully integrating with teams from Ireland, Italy, Scotland and Wales in the URC. The Stormers, Sharks and Bulls will play in the Champions Cup, while the Lions and Cheetahs will contest at the Challenge Cup. On to tennis. Iga Swiatek romped into a second French Open final and will face Coco Gauff for the title after the teenager became the youngest Grand Slam finalist since 2004. World number 1 and 2020 Roland Garros champion Swiatek cruised to his dominant 6-2 and 6-1 semi-final victory over Daria Kasatkina after just 64 minutes on court Philippe Chatrier. That extended her unbeaten streak to 34 matches. Swiatek will equal Venus Williams' record for the longest women's winning run since 2000 if she beats 18-year-old Gauff, who brushed aside Martina Trevisan 6-3 and 6-1 on Saturday. Gauff is the youngest Grand Slam finalist since Maria Sharapova, who stunned Serena Williams to win Wimbledon 18 years ago. And England debutant Matthew Potts took 4 wickets against New Zealand, only for the hosts to collapse as well on the opening day of the first test at Lord's. The World Test champions were dismissed for 132 before England slumped to 116 for 7 by stumps. On a day dominated by the bowlers, England made early inroads as the returning James Anderson and Stuart Broad were back to their best. Anderson ended the innings with 4 wickets, as did 23-year-old Potts, who picked Kane Williamson as his first wicket at this level. Now, the Black Caps fought back in the afternoon with Trent Boult, Tim Southey and Kyle Jamieson all taking 2 wickets each to ensure that 17 wickets fell on the day for a combined 248 runs. Another update for you in 1 hour. My partner in crime is back with your weather update. Here she is.
Thank you, Wasty. Well, let's take a look at your weather. Water and Sanitation Minister Senzo Mchunu will visit Gqeberha this weekend amid an ongoing water crisis. The city collective dam level stands at just over 12%. Mkhunu will be meeting with Eastern Cape Premier Oscar Mabunyane and the Cooperative Governance MEC Xolile Nkaka. Spokesperson Sputnik Ratau said Mkhunu would also have discussions with the mayor, the municipal manager and other officials. Ratau said business people would also be consulted. He said the business chamber was very concerned about what was happening and also the communities themselves. Part of the minister's visit will include public meetings tomorrow to update people on what government is doing to prevent a crisis. And next, we want to move on to your sunrise photos that get shared on the Expresso WhatsApp line, because we can't start our day off without seeing how you start yours. One of our regular photographers, Rina Vasan from East London, shared this absolutely stunning photo of the sky lighting up with hues of red at the break of dawn. And Karen Vosloo from Durban decided to spend her morning on the beach, where she captured this gorgeous orange-hued photo overlooking the ocean. Thank you for these beautiful sunrise photos, and if you would love to share your sunrise image, you can now simply WhatsApp it to us. That number is 063 408 8863. Let's get into your temperatures for today. In Polokwane, a sunny day with a low of 4, a high of 20. If you're in Mbombela, 28 in fact. 8 is your low, 23 is your high. Pretoria 6 reaching a high of 19. Johannesburg 5 with a high of 18. Sunny in Mahikeng, 3 is your low, 20 your high. Klerksdorp 1 with a high of 20. Kimberley 2 reaching a high of 20. Bloemfontein a cool start of -3 and a high of 19. If you're in Richards Bay, 12 is your low, 25 your high. Pietermaritzburg 7 reaching a high of 21. Durban 14, 23, Mthatha 5 with a high of 24. Sunny in East London, 13 is your low, 23 is your high. If you're in Cradock, 1 is your low, 21 your high. Gqeberha 10 reaching a high of 24. It is sunny in George today, a low of 8, a high of 23. Cape Town 10 reaching a high of 20. Worcester sunny, 9 is your low, 26 your high. Sutherland 4, 18, and Uppington 6 is your low and 24 degrees Celsius. That is your high for today. Well, send through those sunrise photos. We will certainly keep sharing them with you, and we'll have another update for you shortly after 7.
Thank you, Partner in Crime. Now, we got so much action for you on a Friday. By the way, happy Friday. If nobody's reminded you, it is the day today, and we've got so many great things, including a birthday celebration with Lesedi FM. They will be connecting radio and TV for you as Oral crosses from their celebrations. And we've got a performance studio. Bonga Kwana will be chatting to you about the journey of music. As you can hear, the excitement is just building. I hope it is for you. If you have any questions for Bonga Kwana, send it through to us, 063 40 8863. We'd love to hear from you on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Once again, happy Friday.
Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness fever is still in full swing. Expresso has opened a portal to the multiverse, allowing you at home to be part of the spectacle. We'll be giving away 3 magical gift hampers to the value of 1,300 Rand. So, sorcerers, fortify your minds and pay attention. All you have to do is visit our Expresso Facebook page and tell us what you most enjoyed about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness movie. That's it. Competition closes at 12 p.m. on Friday the 3rd of June 2022. T's and C's can be found on our website, expressoshow.com. welcome back to it. Yes, it is. Your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, and we're live on S3. It's a beautiful Friday. Thank you so much for choosing to start the day off with us, but also getting into the weekend with us. And our next guest, I mean, this is really exciting. Our next guest is a very talented artist sharing light, love, kindness, all of those good things through music. I'm talking about Bonga. Let's take a listen to her music. Everybody, please, a very warm welcome to Bonga Kwana. All of the feel-good Bonga. It's so good to have you here. Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning. It's an early morning.
It is a very early morning for you, I imagine.
But good morning, and thank you so much for having me.
What time do you typically wake up? Let's start there.
Around 8-ish, Sabo 9.
Okay.
And this morning I woke up and go 3, so...
Sabo midday for the rest of us.
Yeah. So I'm up at like 8-ish, 9, and I get my day together and I start working.
Yeah.
But not this morning.
Oh, and you
It was
start
3
working.
this morning.
Well, I'll tell you this, you start working, but when you work, you make sure, because in 2021, a lot of good things really did happen for you. You released a brand new album, new faces to old problems. What's it like putting together that body of work and still only waking up at 8 o'clock? Let's start there. So wake up at 8, but still get more done than the rest of us.
No, it's been very tricky. It's been exciting. It's been scary. It's been intimidating. But it's been very validating. I released my first body of work last year through Platoon, and that was in itself a really big deal for me. So when I released New Faces to Old Problems, working with Tikka, working with Mduva, it was exciting because these are people that oh my goodness, I can't imagine myself working with these people one day, and all of a sudden they're part of my EP. And also all of a sudden I'm releasing something that is mine. So it's been interesting.
Wow.
It's been very affirming. It's been challenging,
Yeah.
but it's been so exciting.
But you must be thrilled because you get to now share this love and this passion and this heart that's gone into making this body of work, right? And let's talk about the reception of it. How have your fans responded to it?
Honestly, I think people's favorite song is Suara Mama, which was not part of the EP.
Oh, yeah?
It is that song that I guess a lot of people can relate to, especially people who are creatives and who are artists, because it's a song that I wrote for my mother, basically saying to her, listen, you may not understand what I'm doing, you may not necessarily agree with it, but there's a plan here, and there's God's plan in action. And I think that's really just been the sentiment throughout the EP, that when you listen to Bongolam, when you listen to Injongo, these are songs all about intentions. These are songs that I wrote intentionally from places where I'm like, okay, here I have not necessarily been there physically or spiritually, but I'm feeling it there because I might just get, and I just tap into that. So just seeing how people have been receiving it has been exciting.
Yeah.
Seeing how people received Kauleza.
That is my, okay, Kauleza is my one. Kauleza for me is the one.
I love it so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been really exciting. It's been amazing to just get messages randomly, and someone says, yo, I heard you on Mhlobo Wenene, on this and this and this, and I'm like, yeah.
And they not only heard you, but heard you and loved the music. Something else that's been going really, really well and that you should be excited about is the fact that you are really finding yourself in interesting spaces like what you mentioned. Simpiwe Dana is, thank you very much. Yes, I mean, that is the reaction I kind of thought I would get. You got the opportunity to share the stage with Simpiwe Dana, who I absolutely adore, but the two of you, I imagine the magic must have been explosive.
It was incredible. I had been following Simpiwe and just trying to knock on that door for so many years, I think about 3 years or so. And eventually it happened. And when it happened, I could not believe it until I got onto that stage. You know, there was rehearsals, there was press rehearsals, and everything in between. And when it happened, it was probably the most emotional moment of my life. It was the most affirming moments of my life because I was never ready. You know, it's that, okay, you put yourself out there and you're always ready with your product, ready to perform, ready to show up until you're ready. And you're like, oh my goodness, I wasn't ready for this. So.
But it happens, right? It
happens.
Comes together.
It happens, and it was so great. And I was so grateful the way that she embraced me on that stage, the way that we sang together, the way that the audience received it.
Bonga. I mean, come on, you got me really excited. Well, the 10th of June is another chance for everyone out there to see you on stage. And we'll tell you all about this performance that's coming up. And we'll also talk about a competition across 10 African continents where Bonga made a feature, and you want to know all about that. So please do connect with us. Let us know what you think of Bonga's music, what you're excited to hear this morning. 063-408-8863 is the WhatsApp number to which you can send those voice notes. Bonga, it's good to have you.
It's good to be back here.
Oh, thank you, Uncle Tubbsy. You know what? It is a busy show because not only are we in studio, but Ryle is on the go.
Indeed, he's alongside Mamonta Mataung from Lesedi FM as they celebrate 62 years. Let's take a peek.
Contemporary and compelling. Now, these are just a few words used to describe Lesedi FM, and they've been for the last 62 years educating, entertaining, and empowering their Sesotho listeners all the way here from Bloemfontein and potentially all across the country. Now, this is an incredible opportunity for me to catch up with some of the people doing this incredible work out here in the studio. So I have Mamonta Mataung, who is a business manager, also the station manager, who I'm going to be chatting to alongside the MEC of Finance for the Free State. It's Brown. And ladies, it's so exciting to be on a Friday. Firstly, how are you doing?
Happy birthday.
Yes.
Birthday.
Yes, I love it.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, birthday. I love it. And that's how you start an interview. That's how you start a Friday. And that's how we are celebrating 62 years of the Lesedi FM. But Mamonta, maybe I can ask you, you've had an incredible period of time working in the radio station. 3 decades with SABC, right? You started as a presenter. You worked your way up to the upper echelons as a business manager and owner. You're doing incredible things in the space. How have you seen the growth and the change for Lesedi FM? I mean, your eyes have seen something that no one else has had the opportunity to, right?
It's so true, Rael. Good morning, viewers. Good morning, listeners. I'm so excited, and it's so true. You know, radio has changed. When I started at the young age, I was 20 years.
Wow.
And I'm 55 today.
Still look 25 though.
Yes. So radio has really changed. Remember, when I started, we were called announcers.
Yeah.
Now we are talking of presenters. You were doing everything. You were the presenter, the producer, the researcher, the music compiler, everything. So it is, radio has evolved, and, coming to the studio itself, you had yourself and the controller. Now it's yourself and the producer. You depend mostly on the producer. Technically and otherwise, there's so many changes. We used to use reels. Most of the time we recorded programs, but now everything is live. It's totally different. But I really enjoyed programming. Give me the microphone today. Yeah. I will do my thing.
Yeah, but you still, I can see you still have it. The camera goes on, and the energy that you have, it's incredible. It's like you're a teenager.
That's how you're supposed to be if you're a presenter. Yeah. Because you are everything. You're a motivator, a teacher, a preacher. You are young, you are old, you are everything.
But listen, on top of that, you're also a business manager, right? For 2 radio stations, not just Lesedi FM, but Motsweding FM as well, right? Now, you've done incredible space, not only as a business owner, but one of the first women to be a business manager and owner in this space. How are you, as this pioneer, doing all these incredible things, hopefully nurturing a space for other women to maybe replicate what you've done in radio?
It's unbelievable. It's not easy. But I believe through passion, dedication, discipline, respect, you name them, determination. Somebody might look at me and think it happened one night. I became the business manager. I went through the ranks. I was an announcer before, junior announcer, senior announcer, specialist announcer, programs manager, acting station manager, acting provincial general manager, up until today. Today, I am the business manager overseeing 2 radio stations, big brands, not just small stations. Lesedi FM with a listenership of 4 million, Motsweding FM with a listenership of 3.3 million.
Wow.
So it's something I never thought. But let me say to the ladies out there, you know, with education, you empower yourself, because that environment assists you to understand the environment that is changing. Technology is changing, everything is changing. So you must make sure that you empower yourself educationally so that you are able to understand. I'm dealing with different personalities. It's so easy to understand, how do I deal with Ndate Thuso Motaung being the legend, you know. I must be able to engage with Twasa. She's different from Ndate Motaung. All those things you learn from your education through the university. I had to start afresh, doing my degree on business leadership and to my honors. So it helped me so much to be the person that I am today.
That's an incredible accolade, an incredible lesson. Mzansi, I hope you are listening out there. If you want to replicate this success, then you've got to put the work in, of course, and have an incredible team like you have with Lesedi FM over here. But let's chat to the MEC, because what has been happening here, it's not just a radio station, it's a lot of communal work, it's a lot of upliftment, and what's happening right here in Bloemfontein in the Free State is incredible. Now, you being the MEC of Finance, what's that been like, having that journey, almost like a collaboration in a sense, having Lesedi FM being that voice which allows that empowerment, which allows that education? What's that journey been like for you?
Kia leboha Raul and Dumelang Mzansi. Thank you very much. And what we say is Malibongo. That's what the epitome of women empowerment is. And we also know that as you see women growing into this journey, it's a wonderful, wonderful journey. I mean, 3 decades. Look how phenomenal and exciting it is, the leadership and the management. So, yes, absolutely, 62 years. I think we've given out ages here. Everybody seeing us that was born in the 80s. I mean, we can only imagine what it was like. But I think right now, it is so current, it is so relevant to so many listeners across the country and right up into Africa as well. Let's not forget that some of the African members in various parts of our continent is also experiencing what we have. But most importantly, we should never forget that media is the extension of any type of communication. So as a representative of the Executive Committee of the Free State Provincial Government, and on behalf of the Premier, Sisi Ntombela, let me first state, happy birthday.
Yes!
Happy birthday. But apart from that, we cannot thank you enough for taking out our voice, the work that we are doing, the tireless work, the good, the bad, and the ugly. You've taken it out to every corner of this province, to every individual in the most rural part of the province. And with the extension of what it is that you do, the infrastructure that you've built, the ability to have the network and the listeners be able to find this voice of Lesedi and the voices of so many representatives who have come through this radio station to be able to allow our listeners to hear what it is that we've got to do and what we've got to say. So congratulations on behalf of the province. We are so excited. This is legendary for us. It is something that you will take for the children, our grandchildren, and our great-grandchildren to come. And we hope and continue to learn from the leadership of the station, but also from the experiences and, of course, from the practical work that has happened over the past 62 years. Well done.
Yes, indeed, well done. And of course, Mzansi, don't go anywhere. The celebrations are going to continue just right now. Seeing these 2 women doing such incredible work is what inspires me, and I'm sure it's inspiring you too. But don't go anywhere. We're going to be talking about 6,200 Rand prize, also up for grabs, and that's in celebration of the 62nd birthday of Lesedi FM. And we're going to carry on with the celebrations. We're going to chat to some of the legends, and we're going to be cutting a cake. So don't go anywhere, Mzansi. We'll see you in just a bit.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Coming in with that Tony Hawk music, I remember it. It's got it does have a skateboarding-esque thing to it. But Mike Pedro is standing by to chat to you about something very, very important. Let me set the scene for you for a second, okay? So, a record French Open winner. You know Rafael Nadal, that particular individual, Real Madrid supporter, is through to a 15th semi-final at the Grand Slam, where he'll play third seed Alex Zverev, while Casper Ruud will play Marin Cilic in the other last four encounter in the women's draw. Iga Swiatek and Coco Gauff are through to the final. With us to preview the business end of the tournament is sports producer, anchor, and resident ace, Michael Pedro. You can also let us know what you think about the outcomes of the weekend's action. 063-408-8863. Make a racket on a voice note, please. Thank you. Right, Mike Pedro.
Carl Wasty.
Yes, Mania. Okay.
Thank you for bringing up Real Madrid again.
I was actually going to ask you about... Okay, there's a reason. Hold on, this method to my madness. Can you just forgive me, okay? Okay, when you get through Djokovic, okay, and you go to what would be your 14th... You know, Real Madrid got their 14th recently. I'm not saying it's a thing, but I'm saying as Rafa now being a Real Madrid supporter, has now got that opportunity to go 14 as well. I'm just saying there's a coincidence there. I'm not trying to bring up any old wounds. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
But I just wanted to ask you about, how he's tracking. You know, he's just got to Djokovic. You've got Zverev ahead of you. I mean, it's going to be crazy to think about the workload on somebody like this, especially in a tournament this important and on the eve of a 14th, especially watching your good old football team do the same. So what are we looking at in this particular encounter?
Yeah, I think it'll be tough for Zverev. Obviously, you're coming up against one of the best ever, and probably the best ever at this tournament. And even though Nadal had his injury problems, the fact that he's come back and made it this far, beat Djokovic pretty, I wouldn't say comprehensively, because it did go on for quite a while, that game, but he did look dominant at stages in that game. And when you come up against Djokovic, I think he's only one of two players that have ever beaten Nadal on clay. So there is always that element maybe in the back of Nadal's head that this guy is one of the few that have actually beat me in the world. So to overcome the injuries, to overcome the workload that he's had in the last couple of months, I think is testament to his professionalism and just how good a player he is. That's why he's spoken about in such high terms. That's why he's one of the best ever. And I think now that he's overcome Djokovic, I don't think he'll have any problems in going on to claim that 14th.
Well, I mean, Zverev can't be you can't be just brushed aside. I mean, Zverev got through Carlos Alcaraz. First time he got through a top 10 seed, so it must be quite a good feat for him. But now he has to go on to take on Nadal, which is sort of out of the pot and into the fire, which is okay because these guys, I know Zverev, it's great watching a player like that because he's powerful on the baseline. He's got the athleticism is there as well. So I think there are some areas where you could put Nadal to the post. I just think that we need to break it down for a second. Zverev and his chances against Nadal, what happens there? Yeah,
I think obviously Zverev is on a high after beating Carlos Alcaraz, who's probably been the most informed men's player this year. So that'll be a feather in his cap. As you say, the only bad thing for him is now he has to come up against the best to ever do it on clay. So I think he'll obviously give it a good go. There are elements of his game, as you mentioned, that could trouble Nadal. But I think Nadal's experience at this stage of this particular Grand Slam and just in general will come through. Zverev, very talented, but we've seen time and time again in the men's draw where these younger up-and-coming guys get to the semi-final stages or get to the quarterfinals, come up against a big name, and then they can't do the business. So Zverev does have a chance. Everybody always has a chance, but I think Nadal will have way too much for him.
Especially if you're heading for 14, knowing that your football team of choice did the same. I'm not going to go back there, I'm sorry. I want to set this other match up in that last four because will Cilic get a rude awakening or will Casper haunt Marin? That's what I want to ask you for a second. I feel like that's going to be a headline. They are welcome. I got them covered. Right, but what are we looking at in that encounter?
Yeah, I think Marin Cilic may be a bit of a surprise package in this tournament. No one really figured that he would be in the mix coming into Roland Garros, and he's surprised people. I mean, he has made the semi-finals of the other three majors in the past, so it's no surprise that he is reaching this stage, but in this particular tournament, when he's had a pretty low profile build up to it, sort of taken people by surprise. Casper Ruud has been doing well on the ATP circuit. He's made a couple of finals, won a couple of tournaments in the last 18 months or so. So he's in good form as well. But I think, I don't know, I have a sneaking suspicion that Cilic might do the business. He's got that experience. He's got that massive serve on him as well.
I was going to say, the power serve is the big thing from Cilic's side as well.
So I think he might just have the edge in terms of experience and being at this stage of a Grand Slam.
So somebody made a record on voice note, Theo from Daleside. Let's take a listen to this one. Theo?
Morning, this is Theo from Daleside. I think tomorrow the Sharks has to bring the A game because the Bulls are going to dominate and destroy the Sharks.
So, okay, we will not sidebar for you, but we'll accept your voice note and say, okay, good luck to the Sharks.
Yes.
Yes. Because, you know, when they win, they buy up all the other good players from all the other teams. I'm just letting you know. But anyway, it's fine. It's okay. But thank you for sharing. I'm glad. We have to show some pride. And if you want to do that, that's why we have the voice note line there, just for you. Quick one. We got a massive one. Okay. Iga Swiatek as well as Coco Gauff. I think for Coco Gauff, it feels like a bigger occasion, in my opinion, given the fact that, you know, one of the youngest to get through there, and Maria Sharapova did it and proved that it is possible to do that. A quick one on Iga and Coco's battle.
I think Iga will take it. She's on that amazing run of 34 wins in a row. Coco Gauff reaching her first ever Grand Slam final. Bear in mind, she is still only 18 years old.
Yeah.
So there is that element to it. But I think on form and on performances over the last 3 or 4 tournaments, you can't look past Iga Swiatek.
Indeed. Right. We got a massive weekend. It's going to make a record on your TV. It is, of course, the finals coming up, so make sure you don't miss out on any of the analysis on Monday as Mike Pedro takes his seat once again to tell you all about it. But at the moment, I'm feeling kind of eager for a tennis fitness vibe. What do you have there, Zoe?
Not as many tennis puns as you, but when it comes to the sport of tennis, it does involve many, many aspects of performance, including strength, power, speed, coordination, agility, flexibility, and endurance. And tennis is one of the most explosive sports in terms of movement and players having to change direction very quickly to be able to chase down the ball. Now, here to take us through some of the exercises to help you build up this explosiveness and endurance is personal trainer Matthew Alexander. He's joining us on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Should I be nervous?
Slightly.
Slightly, okay. How much are you going to make me sweat?
Not too much, but just enough to get the heart rate going.
Okay, okay. Is that the importance? Just to wake you up. So is this what we're about to do, a HIIT session?
Yeah, so all the factors you just mentioned to me, the best way to train those is through interval training. So we're going to be doing an interval style workout. Which is 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. So if you've just tuned in, we're about to do a little bit of fitness with Matthew. He's going to take us through all of the workouts. You've just been handed a mic, so we are going to work out with you. You know, you can pretend that's your racket. This is my racket, okay. So should I start from the top?
Yes, please.
Okay, so we're going to start out with all the factors that we just mentioned. The first one we're going to work on is our agility and our cardiovascular endurance, okay? So the first 30-second movement will be side shuffles. Normally you can use beacons if you would, like between 5 and 10 meters, but for today's demonstration we're going to be using the mats, okay?
The mats,
so you're going to start in a quarter squat position. Eyes up, facing me. We're going to start on the one side, touch, shuffle to the side, and down, okay?
Touch and shuffle to the side. There we go. Okay, we're doing 30 seconds of this. Of course, if you have more space, you can actually space it out a bit more.
Here we go. Okay, 15 seconds to go.
Okay, well, listen, we're having some technical difficulties. We're going to quickly take an ad break. We will be back on your Feel Good Breakfast show to resume our workout with Matthew.
What's beta-glucan? Hello, do you know what beta-glucan is? What is beta-glucan? No one knows what beta-glucan is.
Beta-glucan is a natural fiber in jungle oats that helps lower cholesterol and keep hearts well.
Yes.
Jungle, do life with heart.
is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso on S3. Apologies for our technical difficulties, but we are back with Matthew Alexander as we're about to do a little bit of a fitness workout. Now, Matthew, before the ad break, we did our warm-up where we went from side to side. You said if you have more space, this is a great workout to really just put a few more beacons down.
Exactly.
Now you're welcome to resume.
Okay, so after the side shuffles, we're warming up, getting the heart rate going. We're going to work on our cardiovascular endurance as well as the agility.
Okay.
The next movement we're going to do is we're working on our speed, which is important during tennis matches. So we're going to be doing high knees, right? Okay. So that's basically just a sprint on the spot, emphasizing the long stride, knees up towards the chest, okay? So we're going to go 3, 2, 1, and go. Here we go.
There we go.
There we go. It's 10 seconds. Start beating fast. Let's go. Move it. 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Drive those knees, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Okay. So now we're going to use our yoga mat, okay? So we're going to work on our core stability. So we're going to start in a push-up position, right? So I want your wrist to be beneath your shoulders, right? Directly, more or less, okay? Okay, if you can't do a normal push-up, you can do the modified. Maybe you demonstrate the modified. Right?
Love that you call it a modified version and not a girl push-up.
Exactly. No, politically correct. That's how we keep it here. So what we're going to do is, we're going to go into the push-up. We're going to go down into a plank position, right? So one arm at a time. So if you do first round, left arm, right arm, vice versa. Okay, so we're going to go down and up. This is the up-down plank. Here we go. Okay, you went into the normal one, okay?
I did,
You can't let me beat you on TV.
I'm not strong at push-ups, but these I can do.
15 seconds, we're almost there. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, 30 seconds. Breathe.
There we go.
Good.
In through the nose.
And out through the mouth.
Out through the mouth.
Good. Lovely. So that's our third movement. The fourth one is going to be more of an explosive movement, working on our single leg explosiveness. So we're going to start in a lunge position. The knees never traveling over the toes, right?
Okay.
Now, so what's important to notice is my hand placement, right? So if my left leg is forward, that means my right arm is forward for balance purposes, okay? So we're going to start and explode off the front leg, all right?
Okay,
ready?
You demo first.
3, 2, 1, it's just 1, 2.
Okay.
Here we go.
Oh, Matthew, if people want to get a hold of you, work on their agility, their fitness, their explosiveness, where can they get in touch?
On Instagram, at Matthew Alexander Fitness. You can also find me. I'm based at 10 Fitness Brackenfell, actually. That's my gym that I'm based at. So, but you can hit me up on Instagram. It's easy.
There we
find me there. Sorry, I'm out of breath because I'm actually working out.
Listen, that's what made you do the talking. See, that was the strategy. But no, you are a brilliant trainer. Thank you so much for this quick workout. And I hope you at home enjoyed it too. And if you want to obviously get your HIIT fitness in, you better get that heart rate up. So thank you.
The heart rate is going up because Lesedi FM is celebrating the 62nd birthday. Ryle is there to make sure that the celebrations are brought to you. If you are celebrating with an incredible radio station. And this is how radio meets TV, with laughter, with celebration, and with years of success.
Free State celebrating the 62nd birthday of Lesedi FM, and I've got somebody so special standing by, a stalwart in the game, over 40 years of experience. He goes by the name of Tata Tuso Matwang, and my man, it is an absolute honor to be sitting here with you, to be chatting with you. You've done such incredible things with the radio space, and I'm taking it back to when it all started in the 80s. You were a school teacher, and I mean, you were talking about how much you had to know as a school teacher, and then from there transitioned into the radio space. Multiple awards along the way, but what was it that initially got you into radio and doing what you're doing right now?
Raul, you know, as a Mosotho, let me say, dumela hlawena moye motle mo leng teng. Ke ntse kholo dinyana na tau le di phaka mama riele wa di jabatho fatlo sa tau a so tshabeya. Botong sa tau masapo ke machale a khale le ntseng tau ba nna ipuruma makwala a tete magama le nropetsa ba nna di otlana bopata. Dumela hle moye motle. Lesedi FM.
All right. Now we can officially start this one. Tata, how are you doing though, firstly? Let me ask.
You know, I am okay. And I was a teacher. for about 3 years.
Yeah.
And thereafter, I joined the SABC. You know, when you join the SABC in the 80s, they only wanted teachers on the revisers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you joined like Radio Sesotho, yes, it's good, you must know your Sesotho, you must be a specialist, you must be very good in your language, but also it was Afrikaans.
Ja.
Ek het Afrikaans gepraat, my broer.
Ja, South Afrikaans,
Ek sê jou die waarheid.
Sure.
Yeah.
Baie mooi, baie mooi.
And also you had to read the news and the translation was from Afrikaans to Sesotho. Daai vertaling, wat jy moet doen as jy omroeper is, van Afrikaans na Sesotho.
Sure.
You're supposed to be very good.
And clearly you were.
I was.
And still are.
And it's still on because, you know, as a teacher, you had to do, you had to teach Afrikaans, Sesotho, English, biology, science. You know, even when I arrived here, our programs were like, we are not given only one program. Unulukelo etsamanane o kaofela. Unulukela hore o bale ditaba ha o tloa mona o qeta o bale ditaba o kena khara lenaneo ha o tloa khara lenaneo lena o kena khara lena ha o tloa ke di requests ha o tloa ke di phone in programs and so forth.
Yeah.
And also writing a report, how to write a report.
Sure.
In your studio you had to write a report after slag.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, they got you working, eh?
Yeah, no, definitely they got you working. But another thing that was very good was training. Training. We were trained. Because I was a teacher from a training college.
Yeah.
When I arrived in here, we were trained. So not just you are from this teaching what, then you come here, you become an announcer immediately. No, you didn't go on air after 3 days. 4 months, 3 months, 5 months, whatever. You know, training. Right now what we are doing, you know, somewhere we make mistakes because now you just take an announcer, maybe he's famous on social media.
On the social media,
then
yeah.
you think from social media, go straight to the radio. Radio is mathematics, my brother. Radio is mathematics, and radio is the theater of the mind. Radio is the theater of the mind. You cannot just go from being an influencer on social media
and then come here.
Then come here on the radio. You are alone in the studio for 3 hours. What say you?
And you have to control it all. And listening to what you said earlier, Tata, it's incredible to see the amount of knowledge you have, the amount of work you've done, but on top of that, the including of conversations that are so important to your people.
Yes.
I mean, you've spoken about taxi violence, about service delivery, gender-based violence. How important is that for you to represent a voice for those that are voiceless, to represent a voice for your people and talk about current issues that are pertinent to our country right now?
You must be very brave when you're on radio, and you must have authority. You must have authority on radio. When you talk, they must listen to you. And another thing that is very important on radio, preparation. Voorbereiding. Preparation. With taxi violence, I started a program in 1995, for about 15 years. Then right now I've got a new program called Boa Man. Ek praat met die manne daar. Ek praat met hulle, ek sê vir hulle mense, dis nie goed om 'n vrou te slaan of vir jou kinders te slaan. Nee, dis nie goed nie. Mense laat ek sê maar, goodbye, my broer.
Tata, you're incredible, and I can see just from chatting to some of your crew, your energy and your passion, I think, is the reason why you've done this for so many years and done it so incredibly. What are you expecting for Lesedi FM when it comes to the future? Are you still going to be a part of it? And what's next for you?
Training of new presenters. I've got to train presenters. It's going to be my job to train them.
And fill these big shoes.
Yeah, to fill these big shoes. You know, because as I've said, being a presenter, you must be compelling. You must compel people to listen to you. And then I must train them, how did I do it? and also the SABC wants money. How to make money for the SABC, yeah?
Tata, you've been absolutely incredible. You are a legend when it comes to the radio. It's been an absolute honor for me to also just chat to you and also share your story with Mzansi. And today I think it's about celebration, and you need to reflect on all the incredible work you've done. 62 years for this radio station. You've been in the game for over 40 years as well. Yes. Still doing incredible things. I just want to say thank you for the work you're doing for your community, for your people here in the Free State and Bloemfontein, and it's an absolute honor chatting to you, man.
I'll be celebrating.
Yeah, we're gonna cut.
I'll be celebrating.
Mzansi, don't go anywhere. We're going to be coming back at you one last time. We're going to be joined with some of the special guests. We're going to be cutting that cake and carrying on with the celebrations. See you soon.
Rakiteka Lily City FM, Tebelets Royal City FM here on your Feel Good Breakfast show, Expresso, on this beautiful Friday morning. Now, nothing says winter comfort food like soup and pasta. Yes, you heard me, soup. But how about combining the two? Now that's the comfort food at a whole new level. Chef and recipe developer Thando Manyoni joins us in the kitchen this morning to show us how these two winter classics can come together, and how she's going to be giving them a bit of a spicy twist, if you like. Thando Manyoni.
Yes.
It's so good to see you.
It is good to see you.
So, obviously, earlier on, you told me that you were going to make soup. I said, Thando, soup.
But it's with pasta.
But now that's where you got me. That's where you got me going, hang on.
Yeah.
What are we doing here? Tell me.
Lasagna meets soup, the hug, and the delicious comfort from lasagna that you usually get all in one bowl.
Yeah, and it becomes a soup.
The flavors.
Okay.
Exactly. So we're putting the pasta sheets, all the good flavors from a lasagna, and it all becomes a soup.
Okay. Well, you're going to have to show us how to do this. All right. So your ingredients, you've got your olive oil going in there.
I'm going to need you to chop onions for me while I heat this oil.
You're going to need me to do what?
Chop onions. I've got some onions here, but I'm going to need you to do the...
Oh, that is a joke, my darling. All right, let's see. How do you... Okay.
Like this. Like demonstration, like so.
Okay.
Whoa.
You want them cubed or what?
Cubed.
Like this?
That's not a cube. Keep going. No,
okay, no, wait. Let's try a new version. Okay, so cubed means you go a bit... my grandmother and onions. My grandmother's onions... With the skill always so big.
Wait, but that's...
no, we're cubing them now.
It's... Oh, you know what? It's soup. It's fine. Just bring the onions. Bring the onions. Bring the onions.
Okay, wait. I'm not going to back down on this one. I'm going to cube them the best way I know how, which is this. At least version 2, which is on this end.
I love that. Yes, I love
this. This is better,
shot.
right?
Yes, those can come.
So these go into your olive oil. Geez, these are finely chopped.
That's what we were. But progress. We work on this. We work.
No. It's a journey, not a destination.
Thank you.
Enjoy the ride. Okay, mixing it all up together.
Onions and then garlic. Then we're going to saute this until it's nice and soft. And then we're going to add our beef mince.
Mince going in. You see, anything with mince for me always sort of like captures my attention because it's the easiest thing to... I mean, mince is an easy girl.
It is.
Just like, say less, good for a good time, let's go, fine.
Like, put anything in me and I'll be fine.
I love that.
This is perfect. And then spices.
Oh.
So we've got some chili powder.
Okay.
And then...
This is the spicy twist we were talking about.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Chili powder, mixed herbs.
Stunning.
And then salt and pepper, of course.
Fantastico.
For that flavor.
So really, this is one of those recipes you are constantly standing right by your pot the whole time because, first of all, you don't want to let your mince go for too long because it goes really hard. You don't want that. It goes really hard when you leave it for too long. It's one of the things that in my many years of experience of cooking, I have come to understand about mince.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm not going to ask too many things.
Yeah, don't ask, tell. Tell us what you're putting in.
Beef stock. You're going to add beef stock.
Beef stock going in. Ooh, the flavors. I can already imagine the taste of this.
And then chopped tomatoes. So what we can do, what we've done is we've got some pre-cooked pasta and then we've chopped that up.
All right.
But what you could also do is add your pasta all in at the end.
You're putting that all in there.
Cook in the sauce.
I love that. So you're mixing all of that up. And what happens then?
And then I'm going to add our cream.
Fantastic.
And then our milk, about 1/3 of a cup.
Of course, our Clover full cream, fresh milk. We know that that 18-day seal, that triple seal that you get from it, knowing that the quality you are getting is the perfect kind of quality you should be getting. But if you want the recipe, you can get that on expressoshow.com. We've got the recipe with all of the ingredients on there. Tando Manyoni adding, of course, our sheets on there. And that's what the final product looks like as I head on over to it. Okay, I know earlier on I said, Tando, come on, you're wasting our time. Soup, but this, wow.
Tell me how it tastes.
It's a celebration in your mouth. It says winter, it hugs you. It's comfort food. We'll see you in just a bit while I get into the spice. Yes, thanks, Tando. Here you are now. 1 in 2 healthy South African women suffer from iron deficiency. Speak to your healthcare professional about getting tested and treated for iron deficiency. Brought to you by FerryMed.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso. You're live at S3. And coming up, we have our performer giving you the first track, plus a cake-cutting ceremony with Lesedi FM as they celebrate 62 years. For now, let's take a peek at the news from around the world. Zoe is standing by.
Thank you, Wasty. Well, let's start off with national news. Interpol and the South African development community have expressed concern about the increase in cybercrime and the creation of new terrorist groups that threaten the stability of the region and Africa. Police Minister Becky Cele says Interpol needs to expand its capacity because it's vital that information on crime is disseminated. Cybercrimes affect all countries, but weak networks and security make countries in Africa particularly vulnerable. Africa's estimated 500 million internet users equates to just 38% of the population, leaving huge potential for growth. And staying with local news, patients of government clinics can now choose to receive their chronic medication at a convenient South African post office branch instead from their clinic. This collection service is available in all provinces at 342 post offices, but not in the Western Cape. South Africa Post Office spokesperson Johan Krier said the service is aimed at patients who live or work closer to one of the SAPO offices than a government clinic. Post offices are open until 5 p.m. on weekdays and Saturday mornings, allowing much longer hours for collecting medication. We now move to news abroad. UN Aid Chief Martin Griffiths is in Moscow to discuss exports of grain and other foods from Ukraine's Black Sea ports. Griffiths will meet Russian officials days after another senior UN official, Rebecca Hreisman, had constructive talks with Russian First Deputy Prime Minister Andrei Balosov on expediting Russian grain and fertilizer exports. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres is trying to broker what he calls a package deal to resume both Ukrainian food exports and Russian food and fertilizer exports to avoid a global food catastrophe. And staying with news abroad, the Nigerian government has banned the sale of bushmeat as a precaution to stop the spread of monkeypox. 6 cases have been detected in the country this month, bringing it to 21, the number of confirmed infections this year. Experts say it's possible that the virus can be contracted by eating meat from infected animals, but this is not the most common transmission route. Monkeypox, a mild viral infection, is endemic in Nigeria. And vets at the New England Animal Hospital in the US state of Massachusetts described it as the cutest emergency they have ever had. Using the word cute and emergency in the same sentence definitely bags an explanation. Now, vets at the animal hospital recently had their hands full when they had to rescue a bearded dragon from an unusual situation. The lizard had his head stuck inside a toy pineapple. To be precise, the undersea dragon from SpongeBob SquarePants. And a hospital post on Facebook said Randy, the bearded dragon, tried to visit SpongeBob SquarePants and ended up in the emergency room. Fortunately, the vets managed to break the toy open and free Randy without any injury. The hospital posted, "We're not laughing at you, Randy, we are laughing with you." Unfortunately, all's well that ends well. Randy is back home happily basking in the sun, while the toy pineapple, however, didn't make it. That definitely makes for a cute emergency indeed. Well, on that light note, that's where I leave your morning headlines. Here is Tabiso with your weather.
Thank you very much, Zoe. A good news, or bit of news to start with. A successful environmental event played out at Plettenberg Bay earlier this week. The NSRI, Plettenberg Bay duty crew, were alerted by the Southern Cape Marine Animal Stranding Network, who had a member of their team at Dune Park, Kierboom's Beach, where a striped dolphin had beached. Jaco Kruger, NSRI station commander at Plet, said that they immediately hastened to the scene and they tried to swim the striped dolphin out to sea, but their efforts were thwarted by rough sea conditions. It was then taken to the NSRI rescue base on a specialized stretcher from where the duty crew transported and released it at sea some 2 nautical miles offshore. And Kruger said that the dolphin swam away with confidence, but the reason for the beaching unfortunately remained unknown. Now, we're always in favor of looking after our ocean life as best as we can, so thank you very much to the NSRI team for coming to the rescue in that regard. And from environmental news to sunrise views, Melody O'Reilly from Durban woke up very early this morning at the break of dawn to capture this beautiful shot of the sky lighting up. Take a look at that. It's beautiful. We're seeing that orange hue coming through. Thank you. I love it. And then we got one from Louise G. Cherry from Alberton out in Johannesburg, who shared this fresh morning shot showing off a glow in the sky as the day begins. And there's a birdie there as well. What a shot. Thank you so much for that, Louise. You can also get your picture through to us on our Expresso Morning Show SABC3 Facebook page. Show us what your part of the country is looking like as you start your day. And now I'll tell you what the temperatures are looking like across the country. It's a sunny day out in Polokwane, 4, reaching a high of 20, with Mbombela coming in at a minimum of 8, reaching a maximum of 23. If you're out in the capital city, Pretoria, 6 is your low, reaching highs of 19, with Johannesburg coming in at a low of 5, reaching a maximum of 18. Mahikeng, sunny times for you, 3 and 20. Those are your temperatures, with Klerksdorp coming in at a low of 1, peaking at 20. Kimberley, 2 is your start. You will reach highs of 20, with Bloemfontein starting off at -3. A cold start for you, reaching a high of 19. Richards Bay, 12 and 25, with sunny times expected out in Pietermaritzburg today. 7 is your low, reaching a maximum of 21. The warmest place to be, Durban, 14 is your low, reaching a high of 23, with some sun out in Mthatha today. 5 is your minimum, reaching a maximum of 24. East London, 13 and 23, with Craddock coming in at a low of 1, reaching a high of 21. Gqeberha, 10 is your minimum, reaching a maximum of 24. If you find yourself out in George today, sunny times are expected out there for you. No rain today. today, 8 is your low, reaching a high of 23. The mother city, Cape Town, sun and clouds are expected, 10 your low, reaching highs of 20, with Worcester coming in at a low of 9, reaching a high of 26. Sutherland 4 and a maximum of 18, with Uppington starting off at a low of 6, reaching that maximum of 24 degrees today. It's a beautiful Friday morning, and the rest of the day hopefully is as feel good as the start of your morning, no matter what the weather's looking like in your part of the country. Please do get those pictures through to us on our Facebook using that hashtag Expresso Show.
Oh, thank you, Tubbsy. Well, you know what makes anything feel good is celebrating and giant balloons, especially if that balloon has a 6 and a 2.
Indeed, Lesedi FM are celebrating, and hopefully Raul's going to give you the jig because it's a cake-cutting ceremony to toast the day. Take a look.
Yes, thank you so much, Carl and Zoe. We're still out here in the Free State at Lesedi FM celebrating. It's their 62nd birthday, of course, and we're about to cut the cake. Before we do, though, it's time to chat to some more friends of the show, friends of the family and everybody else out here. We've got Reggie Musi, who's obviously an incredible businessman, a legend and entrepreneur, and someone that's done incredible work in the community. And then we've also got Mandla Musi, who's also a regional operations manager for SABC, and you guys have been doing incredible things. It's like a family out here. It's like a partnership, and I just got to say, Reggie, from you, someone that's done work in the community, being a businessman and being a friend of the show as well, how would you encourage some of the listeners of Lesedi FM to maybe get involved, get engaging with the show, and possibly help out their community too?
Well, firstly, let me congratulate Lesedi for this milestone.
Yeah.
For a while, I've been associated with this program, and my growth has been influenced in the main by this type of an association. So the work that this radio station has done is incredible. I would really encourage, because through them, from when I started in the taxi industry to date, from when I have been with them distributing like school shoes to every June on Mandela Day or July, I've been part of the programs. When you advertise as a businessman, if you know, when you're in business, you'll think about fit in your business. But Lesedi, it's about listenership. And when you talk 4 million people, when you advertise, the first thing that comes to mind is that you're going to attract those 4 million people in terms of that advert. Yeah. So it's very important for people to understand and realize the type of influence that Lesedi has within the community. So for all the time that I've spent, it's been really good. I'm proud of this program. I'm part of the family, and it makes life very easy. And all community members, if you go all around, they would say, for me to get assistance, the first thing that they think of is going to Lesedi through their presenters. And some of the interventions that we've made as business people would have been through them to say, you know, there are challenges in those communities. Can we go and assist? Wherever we can, we're not found wanting in terms of that arrangement. So it's been good.
It has been good. And I was listening to some of the conversation that you had with Tata Tuto, obviously. You guys are family. There's this feeling of a community here and a beautiful friendship on top of that. And when you mix that up with passion, incredible things occur for 62 years. And we've clearly seen it. And the work you've done in the community, like I said, has been incredible. So I wish you nothing but just carry on with that, please. Now, Mandla Busi, obviously, you being the regional operations manager of SABC, you've also had a part to play in some of the beautiful work that the Lesedi FM has been doing in the community. Maybe a word of encouragement that you might have for some of the loyal listeners out there, some friends of SABC as well. What words do you maybe have to share? Obviously, celebrating such an incredible feat. 62 years on air is not easy, but yet they are just going higher and higher every single day.
well, thank you so much. We, as the region, we initiated this event because we know that we have the business people, we have also the government who are supporting the SABC in this region. For example, this region, truly Lesedi FM, is one of the most performing region. For example, on a turnover on a yearly basis, Lesedi FM is making plus more than 140 million a year. Wow. And we appreciate that. And we cannot achieve that without the business people like Ndatarechi, without government people that were here this morning and are celebrating with us. And I think this is very incredible. And also to encourage the listeners to listen and tune into Lesedi FM. It is true the chronicles and tales that Tuso has reflected on, that Memamuta has also reflected on. Those are the people who came before us. And not a single time when Lesedi FM was quiet. You know, Lesedi FM has been on air all the time. SABC has been broadcasting all the time. And we're celebrating that. And we're saying that even to those listeners who no longer listen to us, they must come back to Lesedi FM, because Lesedi FM was once the #1 radio station in Gauteng. And we command about 4 million listeners. And that day, Reggie was reflecting on that. So we want to move away from that. We're reaching for about 5 and plus million listeners. We're looking forward.
Well, you're definitely chatting to a couple million right now on our show, so you guys come through, come listen to Lesedi FM. I wanted to obviously chat to you because we were talking earlier about the 6,200 Rand that's also up for grabs for your loyal viewers as a thank you, obviously, for them for watching. So maybe you can explain that to us and then we can officially cut the cake and celebrate.
Hey, listeners, this is your chance. SMS 62. You will be able, who knows, you will win yourself 6,200 rands. So that's the money that we are giving away. 6.2.
For 62 years of absolute magic. And let me just say this again, thank you all for your passion, for your hard work, your commitment, for the ethos that you have, and for the beautiful work you're doing for your people in this community. I think officially we can celebrate and say happy birthday, Lesedi FM, and let us cut the cake officially.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Birthday, happy birthday, birthday, oh le, Lesedi,
Absolutely love it, guys. Thank you so much, and thank you, Mzansi, for joining us and celebrating 62 years. It's back to you in the studio for you to celebrate, because we've got a perfect accompanying orchestration of, well, it's a performance nonetheless, and it's perfect time for you to celebrate. 62 years, the Lesedi FM, happy birthday. Mzansi, enjoy this performance right now. Yes.
Happy birthday. Yes, Lesedi FM, 62 years. Let's celebrate with you today. We have an artist in studio, Bonga. She's here to perform one of the singles from her latest album, New Faces to Old Problems. Here is Bongo Lam. Happy birthday.
and swelling door. uvuyiswa kokubona udumo lwakho ndiyafunga ngawe ndizibethisiva ulibongo lami isibonelo sami ndaze ndakubona ukhazimula ukhanya njengelanga ebusika ulibongo lami isibonelo sami ndaze ndakubona ukhazimula ukhanya njengelanga ebusika ulibongo lami isibonelo sami ndaze ndakubona ukhazimula ukhanya njengelanga ebusika ulibongo lami isibonelo sami ndaze ndakubona ukhazimula ukhanya njengelanga ebusika ofuthumeza impilo yami inhliziyo yami ithathe emafutheni ukugangwa nguwe ngengalo zakho ezigcwele uthando ezigcwele uthando ingalo zakho ezigcwele uthando ingalo zakho ezigcwele uthando ingalo zakho ezigcwele uthando ezigcwele uthando ingalo zakho ezigcwele uthando ingalo zakho ezigcwele uthando ingalo zakho ezigcwele uthando ezigcwele uthando wena ulibongo lami wena ulibongo lami wena usisibonelo sami ndizibethisifuba ngawe ndizibethisifuba ngawe wena ulibongo lami ulibongo It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, it is. Your feel-good breakfast show. It's Expresso live on S3. Let's zone into some self-care and grooming. With Self-Care Sunday just around the corner, I think it's the perfect time to turn our attention to grooming, male grooming. And we know that it's certainly become an increasingly apparent sort of approach in popular culture. And more men we're seeing more and more every single day, starting to take extra care of their skin, of their beard, of their hair. It's beautiful. I'm embracing it, and so should all of you men out there. Now, here to share his ultimate grooming guide is Molefe Kumona, Editor-in-Chief of GQ South Africa. Molefe, good morning. It's so good to have you.
Hey, what's up? How are you?
I'm so good. You smell divine.
Yes, I do. So early in the morning, right?
No, did you say yes, I do? Typically, people say thank you.
But thank you.
But no, not when you live in that world, because you really do live in that world. You are the Editor-in-Chief of the sort of go-to destination for all things, you know, men's lifestyle and grooming and all of that. I imagine that grooming is one of those lifestyle experiences or experiments that you sort of tap into all of the time in your life.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely. I mean, I have a morning routine and I have an evening routine. Okay. It might seem like a lot, but it's not so much. Mostly, I use the long market product, where I use the body wash.
Oh, wow.
Also the moisturizer.
Good. That's what I'm smelling.
It does. No, well, I mean, it's the fragrances actually that you're smelling, which smell really, really great.
Stunning. Well, we know that Woolworths does have that incredible range, that long market barber range, and you're right to mention, of course, you've got the body wash. Yes, you've got the pre-shaving prep. You've got a whole range of products on there. What are some of your must-haves on this range?
So my must-haves would definitely be the hair and body wash. Absolutely love this. Used it in the morning, also in the evening.
Yeah.
I also love the face wash. Absolutely. In the morning, in the evening as well. It's also exfoliating, and they are vegan friendly.
Which is really great, right? Yeah. Because the thing is, with face wash and products like that, is that it's often such a difficult one and a tricky one for men to find one that they sort of, you know, can sort of plug into that becomes their own, and one that you can use in the morning and in the evening
as well, yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So you want to be able to find that sort of balance. But we know that these products are endorsed by Beauty Without Cruelty, and they're paraben-free, and they are vegan-friendly, as Molefe has already mentioned, which is really, really great. So for me, I think the moisturizer, that long market moisturizer, has to be a standout for me, because I find that in winter, our skin, it just dries out so much more, right?
It does.
How important is it to have an arsenal like this of products?
No, it's absolutely important because, I mean, as you said, in winter, skin dries out. At times, you won't have as much time to stay groomed. So if you have an arsenal of products that are just easy to use and you know which to go to, when to go to, it becomes pretty easy for you as well as a man.
We know that hair and body wash is definitely a lightweight and very easy to use body and hair wash. It does leave the skin moisturized on its own as well. And when it comes to the shaving cream, because today is shaving day for Uncle Tabsy. In fact, I did bring my own, and it's not in my pocket right now because I was actually going to shave just before you rocked up.
Oh, really?
But I did bring my own, my own shaving cream, which is really all about that lightweight prep for shaving, because our skin goes under so much.
And especially in winter as well.
Yeah.
Especially in winter, because when you're dry, your skin goes through so much. And if you're able to do that, then yeah.
And the scents. Let's talk about the scents, because I really do wish that people at home could smell you right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I think for me, my favorite is the Extraordinary. I don't know if we have it here, but also I absolutely love this Blue Ultra. What's nice about it, because I layer my fragrances. So Blue Ultra is very woody. Then you've got Makaresh, which is spicy. And then you've got the Extraordinary, which is also fresh. So if you layer it properly and in the right spaces, you get a nice mix and also a very unique scent.
The nice thing about fragrances is that they make for really, really fantastic gifts. And Father's Day is around the corner, Molefe. Your kids, I imagine, are too young to be buying you perfume. But let's talk about everybody watching at home right now who is really wanting to step up their dad's sort of fragrance game.
So definitely.
What should it be? Fragrances? Should it be a combination of fragrance?
It should be a combination of fragrance. The wash bag, definitely.
Oh yes.
Definitely the wash bag. You need that. And it's like in different colors. I mean, it depends if your dad is like absolutely conservative, you can go for that darker color. And if it's like the cool dad or father figure like you, absolutely that tan color is
so like edgy, but also very understated and very sophisticated.
And also has enough space. Which is always a big deal. You and I travel quite a lot, so you know how this is.
Yes, and you always do want to make sure all your stuff can fit into one sort of travel bag as opposed to carrying lots and lots of them at the same time. So listen, here's this. It's a bit of really good news that you want to be hearing. Don't miss out, because Woolworths does have some incredible deals this Father's Day. When you buy any long market barber products from Woolworths, you get 3 for the price of 2, okay? It's an unbelievable offer, and it's available until the 19th of June. So please do go out and maybe get yourself ready for this Father's Day. Shop it in store, online, and on the Woolies app as well. This is really, really cool. Do I get to keep this one?
We'll have to think about it.
Mulifa Kumana, Editor-in-Chief, GQ South Africa. Thank you so much for joining us and sharing some grooming tips.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay, I am keeping this one. Your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is time to color your life with Plascon. Over the past few weeks, we've given viewers the chance to live the hashtag the Plascon lifestyle by giving away Plascon vouchers to the value of 5,000 Rand each.
That's right. And last week, we asked you this really easy question. Simply tell us, what room in your house would you love to paint using Plascon paint? So let's take a look at some of the answers coming through. Hayley Philly said, I would like to paint our kitchen to give it a new look. Hashtag the Plascon lifestyle.
Nothing better than a nice, freshly painted kitchen. Tabi saying, Sagane said this, I would repaint the bedrooms as they really need to be refreshed. One room had a mold build up, which we managed to clear. However, the mark it left needs fresh paint. Hashtag Expresso Morning Show, and of course, the Plascon lifestyle. Thanks a lot for that. I appreciate it.
There we go. Mandy Govender said, I would love to win this voucher for my parents' home. I think my parents' lounge needs a change of color. Hashtag the Plascon lifestyle.
Completely relate to that. When your parents' house has that like beige color to it, you just want to kind of freshen it up. But I can tell you, like, the rooms in your house, would you repaint any of your rooms?
I need to still finish repainting my lounge. It's now like not even a third is a different color to the rest. I just haven't had time to finish it.
I know, it's
and I want to do it myself. I find it therapeutic.
It is very beautiful, especially when you get the right stuff. So Plascon's perfect, you know, the coverage is gorgeous. So I feel like this is the perfect time to refresh. Also on a weekend, it is like a zen moment for you to repaint a room. So thank you to everyone who entered our competition there, Plascon Lifestyle Competition. Without any further ado, let's announce the next lucky winner walking away with 5,000 Rand. This is the Plascon voucher you win. All right, can we get a drum roll, please? Let's go.
Of course. Congratulations, Theolyn Morgan from Eldorado Park. Let's take a look at what she said. She deserves a round of applause. Okay. Theolyn says, my whole house, but if I had to choose one room, it would be the kitchen. Looks like the kitchen is in need of a lot of work. Well, let's get her on the line. Good morning, Theolyn.
Good morning, Expresso team.
Oh, how does it feel knowing that you have won that 5,000 Rand Plascon voucher?
I feel so happy. I feel so blessed, surprised. My family's happy as well.
Oh,
that's beautiful. Okay, so but hold on. You said you want to paint your entire house, but would focus on the kitchen first. I mean, what color are you thinking about if you were to focus on the kitchen?
I choose white, so the kitchen can look bright, classic, and also create a warm, welcoming space.
Oh, and you can't go wrong with white. I agree with you on that. What do you love most about Plascon paint?
Plascon is by far the best choice you can make when looking for a brand paint to refresh your walls. It's washable, it's quality, and it lasts long as well.
There
wow. Theolin, the ambassador now, hey? Now that you've won, I like it. I like it a lot. But all the best. Enjoy the painting. And congratulations once again. And please send us some pictures when you're done. Do you mind? Can you send us through?
I will do that. Thank you so much, Expresso.
Oh, thank you. We are looking forward to seeing those before and afters. And if you want to get in on this, we actually have one last 5,000 Rand Plascon voucher up for grabs. So if you haven't won yet, this is your last chance to enter.
So simply reply to the Plascon competition post on Expresso's Facebook, Twitter or Instagram and tell us what is your favorite thing about Plascon paint. Remember the inclusion of the hashtag, which is the Plascon Lifestyle. Competition closes at noon on Tuesday, the 7th of June, 2022. T's and C's on expressoshow.com.
Good luck.
So I was just looking at this now.
Are you now taking it?
There we go. I am taking it now. Thank you.
I'm going to then take this one.
Join Expresso this autumn for a chance to win one of 6 Plascon vouchers each to the value of 5,000 Rand. With nature's own forests, fields and beaches inspiring Plascon's new color combinations, tell us how you would color your life. Answer our weekly social media question and find the terms and conditions on expressoshow.com. So, color your life with 5,000 Rand Plascon paint vouchers to be won this autumn on Expresso.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso. You're live at S3 and we've got something very, very special for you. Something fantastic. You're going to love it.
That's right. Well, listen, if we are, we are in studio, we need to find out where the rest of the team is.
Absolutely. Let's take a look.
Thank you so much, Zoe and Carl. I was going to say so much, Zoe and Carl. Welcome to it. This is the Tropica Island of Treasure Season 10 All-Stars auditions happening out in Sandton City, Johannesburg. Kamalam Gugusha Adams bringing you all the action, okay? As you can see behind me, Gugwayi All-Stars there. And you have a chance to be a part of all the action by coming down to Sandton City Shopping Center and auditioning. The auditions are running from today up until Sunday from 9 to 6 p.m. Before we get into all the action right now, we are joined by Zahid, who's the Assistant Brand Manager at Tropica. He's here to give us the lowdown on what went down with the other auditions in Cape Town and in Durban. Zahid, good morning, hey?
Morning, Goodly. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. It's an exciting weekend here in Johannesburg. It's the final rounds of the Tropica Island of Treasure Season 10 auditions. You were a part of the festivities in Cape Town. How was the turnout that side? Did you see any potential?
Goodly, Cape Town was our first stop for the Tropica Island of Treasure Edition Roadshow. And I must say, Cape Town pulled through. We came with people from all around Cape Town. We had the quirky moms, your fitness foodies, your trendy young people. They came in by the masses and they came in with their smooth additions that now we have so much of potential, it's going to make it difficult to choose from. And to Durban also came through. That's also our home base with our Tropica market. And they they were lining up, people were coming with their smooth moves.
Yes.
It was fantastic, absolutely fantastic.
That sounds about right, because I know the mother city and South Africa's playgrounds can bring it. Now, I know that the consumer contestants as well have an opportunity of walking away with a few prizes, exciting prizes at that. Can you please elaborate more on the prizes that they stand a chance of winning?
So this year we've done something a bit different from instant prizes. We've gotten treasure prizes, so 10 treasures under a Tropica cap, where you can buy a Tropica in store, look for the treasure underneath your cap, and you can win prizes from AEG appliances to Uber vouchers to a prize from Suzuki and a trip to the Seychelles. So it's fantastic.
A trip for two to the Seychelles. Who wouldn't want island vibes with Tropica, okay? Zaid, now you are in the city of gold. Josie Maboneng, it's your chance. The final rounds of auditions happening from the 3rd to the 5th. Why should people come out to audition, and what tips do you have for them?
This is our last leg of our audition roadshow. So Josie, do not disappoint us now. We know you are at the top of your game. Come in. We're going to be at Sandton City, Mr. Price home this weekend, 9 to 6 p.m. Come on down. Come enter your chance. You can win. You can get a chance to be on the Tropica Island of Treasure TV show with your favorite all-star celebrity and win your share of R1 million. So please come down.
Ooh, I'm already excited thinking about this incredible opportunity. You've heard it from the man himself. You have an opportunity of being along with the all-star celebrity on an island, sipping on some Tropica mocktails, right? And your opportunity runs from today, the 3rd of June, up until the 5th of June, from 9 to 6 p.m. right here at Sandton City Shopping Center. Send through those auditions as well on the WhatsApp entries, okay? And those are running up until Sunday midnight. You have an opportunity of competing for a shared R1 million alongside an all-star celebrity. That sounds about right. Can I enter? Do I have it? Can I?
Depends. Are you smooth enough?
Ooh, I think I'm smooth enough. But what's the one thing do you think that, you know, people should bring with them to Island Vibes or to the auditions here at Sandton City?
Bring themselves. Bring themselves. Show us who you are. Show us what your character will be. Let you be out there and be free as much as possible. And come on and enjoy it. Have fun.
Have fun. Stay true to who you are. Be authentic to yourself, and make sure to bring the smooth vibes and the pizzazz. Ikamalam Kukuhle Adams reporting live from Sandton City Shopping Center at the Tropica Island of Treasure Season 10 All-Stars auditions. You have an opportunity of coming out and getting a shot at winning that shared R1 million. Do not go anywhere, because we've got so much smooth vibes happening out here. But right now, here's something smooth. A beautiful performance from Bonga. Do not go anywhere.
We will not go there. We are staying right here with our guest, Bonga. Now, perhaps it's best to ask, what doesn't she do? She is a musician, a writer, a DJ, an entrepreneur, somebody who smiles all the time, a friendly person, a talent, and from Cape Town. Wowza. So she got a new album out, and I hope you're going to go stream it, because please support vocals from the locals. And she's about to perform an incredible single that you're going to love. It's going to be in your head all day. It's called Injongo.
But I've been working on myself. Good morning, Java, and it's Sango kubang sula got my partners a penny, but I've been working on myself. Something jongo zangawe Sikazana zimyoli Ditelo di pele tuba Digupo di se Something jongo zangawe Sikazana zimyoli Ditelo di pituba Digupo di se Oh, bonga tikka ayake kovanana ye Oh, yokayo enzemana wasitibane Kukeneba zake sikunye Watwanti ngumoni njavuma Andizange nakutembisango kubamsula Got my partners a penny, but I've been working on myself. Sunken jungles I'm going. Zinke zona zimioli. Ditelo di pituba. Digupo ni se. Sunken jungles I'm going. Sinke zona zimioli. Ditelo di pituba. Digupo ni se. In jungles I'm going. Sinke zona zimioli. Ditelo di pituba. Digupo ni se. In jungles I'm going. Sinke zona zimioli. Ditelo di pituba. Digupo ni se. In jungles I'm going. Sinke zona zimioli. Ditelo di pituba. Digupo ni se. In jungles I'm going. Sinke zona zimioli. Ditelo di pituba. Digupo ni se. In jungles I'm going. Sinke zona zimioli. Ditelo di pituba. Digupo ni se. In jungles I'm going. Sinke zona zimioli. Ditelo di pituba. Digupo ni se. In jungles I'm going. Sinke zona zimioli. Ditelo di pituba. Digupo ni se. In jungles I'm going. Sinke zona zimioli. Ditelo di pituba. Digupo ni se. Thank you. Only you can make my day.
Welcome back to it. Yes, it is your feel-good breakfast show. It's Expresso. We're live here on S3, getting ready for season 10 of Tropica Island of Treasure.
Yes, we are. And the Kutle is standing by to show you how to audition for Tropica.
Thank you so much, Uncle Tabsy and Carl. We are coming to you live from Sandton City Shopping Centre where the Tropica Island of Treasure Season 10 All-Stars auditions are taking place. You have the opportunity to audition this weekend out here in Sandton City from the 3rd of June up until the 5th of June from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. So when you come down here, this is what you can expect. I'm about to show you guys around, okay? Obviously, this is where it all starts, baby. This is where the magic begins. You come through, you take a deep breath in, and then you can see that this is the Tropica Island of Treasure audition booth. It's all island vibes, it's all fantastic vibes, and on the side here you find different props that can help enhance your personality and bring out the pizzazz and the shine that is required to be a part of the season. It's a big one. It's season 10, okay? So I think this feather bow is going to go well with my outfit right now. What do you think? What else do we have here? Ooh, I'm seeing a crown or a straw hat. Or maybe I can wear both. Maybe I can wear both because this is a part of my personality. I think I'm a bit funky, but also I can be a little princess sometimes. It's honestly this much fun. And right here you can see that there's a ring light, there's an entire setup to ensure that your audition is popping and the camera as well. You take a few steps back, ba, ba, ba. Tropica marks the spot, look straight into camera. Now remember, you have 3 minutes for your audition. If you make a mistake, do not worry. Take another chance, an opportunity, another breath in, straight into camera, and tell Tropica why you deserve to be a part of this season, to walk away with a shared R1 million alongside your favorite celebrity. Indonje, a simple uti, mulwemi, igama lam Guguhle Adams, and I deserve to be a part of the Tropica Island of Treasure Season 10 because Dines sauce, Dines spice, and I bring everything nice. Honestly, that's simple. And once that is done, the Tropica promo team will transfer the video to your WhatsApp, and all you have to do after that is post it on your social media platforms, on all your social media platforms, tagging at @mytropica and using the hashtag Tropica. It's honestly that simple. Now you've also seen mine. It's quick. It goes by so quick. So it's important for you to ensure that you bring out that pizzazz, that authenticity, that smooth vibe that is required for you to be a part of the All-Star season, season 10. And now we're out, okay? It's honestly simple. The auditions are running from the 3rd of June up until the 5th of June from 9 to 6 p.m. here at Sandton City Shopping Centre just outside Mr. Price home. But if you can't make the final rounds of live auditions, do not worry because Tropica has got you covered. Make sure to send through those entries on WhatsApp. That is running up until Sunday midnight. You have the opportunity of rubbing shoulders with the all-star celebrities and enjoying mocktails on an island. You do not want to miss out on that. Do not go anywhere because we are bringing you more action live from Sandton City Shopping Centre at the Tropica Island of Treasure Season 10 auditions. Ingayindawo.
Oh, thank you, Kuhle. Of course, we can't wait to connect with you again live from Johannesburg. But this next recipe is definitely an all-star of its own.
Clover cheese is for those who love life, where everything falls into place and melts away our cares, adding joy and stretching our imagination. Elite quality, elite taste, elite texture.
Made with love by Clover.
Oh, listen, as the cooler weather rings in, our thoughts turn to comfort food, and Tando has been here whipping up delicious recipe after delicious recipe, and we're about to make a mac and cheese that is not just your ordinary mac and cheese. I know mac and cheese is generally very comforting, and when it comes to making it in many different ways, Tando is here to really add that elite taste, elite quality, and elite texture of Clover Elite cheese. So that's why we are spicing this one up with our chicken tikka mac and cheese. Oh, listen, comfort food does not work well with the waistline.
We don't need waistlines in winter.
No? Okay.
Nobody can see we are in big jackets. You'll apologize in summer.
Okay, okay. We'll apologize for it in summer. So you are here to really show us how to make this delicious meal.
Yes. So what we've got here, starting with the chicken. So I want to marinate this in some in some yogurt. My mistake.
And just a little bit of yogurt.
A little bit of yogurt. And then ginger and garlic paste, garam masala.
Ooh, that looks good.
Some chili. Let's get all of that in. And some tikka.
Ooh.
And then we're just gonna mix all of this up and marinate it for at least 30 minutes, but I'd say overnight, push it, get all those flavors in there.
And when you marinate, do you just wrap it in a little bit of cling wrap over the bowl and put it in there, or put it in a little Ziploc baggie?
Any. So you could Ziploc this and have it in the freezer, or you could marinate it and have it in the fridge.
Okay, fantastic.
So once that's looking good, we're gonna heat some olive oil in our pan. We're gonna add our...
Okay, your pan is on.
It is, yes. And then we're gonna fry this up.
Okay. Well, while Thando is frying up our chicken, we are using our Clover Elite cheese, which is perfectly crafted due to the 5-step crafting process to bring you cheese that is superior in quality, taste, and texture. Now, you can use any of your favorite Clover Elite cheeses for this delicious recipe. We've used, or we're going to be using, the sweetness of Clover Elite Gouda and this melting effect of the Clover Elite Tusses for the ultimate mac and cheese. Because when it comes to mac and cheese, you want that sauce, right?
You want that sauce,
cheesy
yes.
sauciness. So you are busy making the roux.
The roux, yes. So we've got a white sauce here. I'm going to add some garlic powder, a bit of smoked paprika, and then our cheese.
Oh, and you're adding all of the cheese, right?
All of it, all of it.
Ooh, this is going to be cheesy heaven.
Ooh, and then our cheddar as well. There we go, and then just mix this up.
Okay, well, Thando is busy making all the dishes. I'll clean it up for you.
Thank you so much. Okay, and then we're gonna start layering our casserole there.
Okay, so we've got the pasta. I'm going to add the ready-made mac and cheese that we've got.
Yes.
I mean, chicken. The ready-made chicken that's been cooked.
And then throw that all in the casserole. Get our cheese here to melt.
Okay. Okay, naturally you'll add a lot more chicken to your dish.
Once this is done, we can top it up. Oh, this smells so good.
Oh, that does smell good. You're getting the fragrances from the tikka. Okay. So we've got our casserole here. We're just waiting on that cheese.
On that white
that you made.
Yes.
Oh. If you're loving the recipes we've been cooking for you today, we've got it available on our website. You can simply head on over to Expresso's our website, expressoshow.com. And if you like me and you love to look at the pictures, we also post these recipes on social media. Oh, look at that perfect cheese sauce. And then you'll add this into the oven.
Into the oven and have this bake for about 10 minutes.
Oh.
And all that sauce is gonna go in.
Because all your ingredients are already cooked.
Yeah.
It's gonna now...
And you just want that cheese to get crisp on the top. And then you sit with your bowl and you don't leave the couch.
You don't leave the couch. This is definitely a winter treat. I would add a little bit of cheese on top before popping it into the oven. There we go. Thando, thank you for this delicious recipe. Again, if you want to get your hands on it, it is available on our website, expressoshow.com. If you've missed any of these delicious steps to this recipe, take a look at this.
Made with love by Clover. I hope you'll always know how much I love you.
I hope that you never stop learning and growing, that you'll be brave and joyful and kind, and that one day when you look at me and I look at you, we'll love the wonderful you that you've become. It all begins with purity.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
You know what it is, your feel-good breakfast show, and I'm talking about feel-good with Bonga. She has got a beautiful new song coming through for you in the next couple of minutes. I want you to stay right there. Plus, if you want spaghetti and the meatballs, the recipe you need is on its way to you now. Plascon will show you exactly what's going on at those auditions when it comes to Tropica Island of Treasure. For now, we've got some news from around the world. Wrapping it up in your feel-good breakfast show, Zoe is standing by.
Thank you, Wasty. Let's start off with national news. The Competition Commission has intervened to prevent possible pricing resulting from Comair's suspension of Kulula and British Airways flights. The Commission met separately with the executives of major airlines such as FlySafair, Airlink and SA Airways. The Commission says it is encouraged by the positive response from all the airlines. They realized the need to increase the capacity of the market. The parties agreed not to exploit the situation. They also acknowledged that rising fuel prices pose major challenges that will further increase travel costs. And Interpol and the South African development community have expressed concern about the increase in cybercrime and the creation of new terrorist groups that threaten the stability and the region of Africa. Now, Police Minister Becky Cele says Interpol needs to expand its capacity because it's vital that information on crime is disseminated. Cybercrimes affect all countries, but weak networks and security make countries in Africa particularly vulnerable. Africa's estimated 500 million internet users equates to just 38% of the population, leaving huge potential for growth. Moving to news abroad, the Nigerian who composed a new song as special tribute for the British monarch's 70 years on the throne is in London for the Platinum Jubilee celebrations. Vincent Atai won a song for the Commonwealth. In fact, he won the song for a Commonwealth competition along with Australian lyricist Lucy Keeley. The two met for the first time yesterday on the first of 4 days of pageantry. Now, their song, A Life Lived with Grace, will be sung by choirs worldwide as more than 3,000 beacons are lit in the UK and across 54 Commonwealth countries to mark the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. And UN Aid Chief Martin Griffiths is in Moscow to discuss exports of grain and other food from Ukraine's Black Sea ports. Griffiths will meet Russian officials days after another senior UN official, Rebecca Graceman, had constructive talks with Russian First Deputy Prime Minister. And this is on the expediting Russian grain and fertilizer exports. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres is trying to broker what he calls a package deal to resume both Ukrainian food exports and Russian food and fertilizer exports to avoid a global food catastrophe. Now, we touched on it earlier, but roaring crowds cheered Queen Elizabeth yesterday as she joined other royals on the balcony of Buckingham Palace on the first of 4 days of Platinum Jubilee celebrations. Thousands flooded the mall, waving Union Jacks in the brilliant sunshine to celebrate the Queen's 70-year reign. The 96-year-old watched a flypast flanked by Prince Charles and her 4-year-old great-grandson, Prince Louis. More than 1,500 officers and soldiers, along with 350 horses from the household division, took part in trooping the colour. The parade marked the start of a long weekend of events celebrating the Queen's reign, the longest by a British monarch. The Prince of Wales inspected the troops in his mother's place. More than 70 aircraft, including Spitfires from World War II, took part in a flypast over Buckingham Palace. Jets flew in formation to form the number 70 in honour of the Queen's long reign. The 4-day celebrations will end on Sunday. Ed Sheeran will sing the national anthem with a choir made up of national treasures outside of Buckingham Palace. Well, on that very happy note, that's where I leave your morning headlines. Here's a final look at your sport.
Thanks a lot, partner in crime, Zoe. Let's get on to some of the sporting action. In fact, let's wrap it up for you in your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And starting with football, Ricardo Horta struck on his first Portugal appearance in almost 8 years as they drew with Spain in their Nations League opener in Seville. Spain's Alvaro Morata scored the opening goal, finishing off a slick move involving Gavi and Pablo Sarabia. Braja's Horta, who won a first cap as a teenager in 2014, came off the bench and tucked home Joao Cancelo's cross. Jordi Alba should have won the game for Spain when he headed wide from 8 yards out. Other results saw Greece beat Northern Ireland 1-0, Sweden overcame Slovenia 2-0, and Switzerland went down 2-1 against the Czech Republic. Let's take a check on the rugby world. South Africa's involvement into the top flight of Northern Hemisphere Club Rugby has received a massive boost with the confirmation that the 4 United Rugby Championship teams and the Cheetahs will play in next season's 2 European Professional Club Rugby knockout competitions, the Champions Cup as well as the Challenge Cup. Now, this means that the South African teams will now cross swords with the best clubs from England and France after already successfully integrating with teams from Ireland, Italy, Scotland and Wales in the URC. The Stormers, Sharks and Bulls will play in the Champions Cup, with the Lions and Cheetahs contesting in the Challenge Cup. On to tennis. Iga Swiatek romped into her second French Open final and will face Coco Gauff for the title after the teenager became the youngest Grand Slam finalist since 2004. World number 1 and 2020 Roland Garros champion Swiatek cruised to a dominant 6-2 and 6-1 semi-final victory over Daria Kazatkina after just 64 minutes on court Philippe Chatrier. That extended her unbeaten streak to 34 matches. Swiatek will equal Venus Williams' record for the longest women's winning run since 2000 if she beats 18-year-old Gauff, who brushed aside Martina Trevisan 6-3 and 6-1 on Saturday. Gauff is the youngest Grand Slam finalist since Maria Sharapova stunned Serena Williams to win Wimbledon 18 years ago. On to cricket action. England debutant Matthew Potts took 4 wickets against New Zealand, only for the host to collapse as well on the opening day of the first test at Lord's. Now, the World Test champions were dismissed for 132 before England slumped to 116 for 7 by stumps. On a day dominated by the bowlers, England made early inroads as the returning James Anderson and Stuart Broad were back to their best. Anderson ended the innings with 4 wickets, as did 23-year-old Potts, who picked up Kane Williamson as his first wicket at this level. The Black Caps fought back in the afternoon with Trent Boult, Tim Southee and Kyle Jamieson all taking 2 wickets each to ensure that 17 wickets fell on the day for a combined 248 runs. That's it for your sport and your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Let's take a peek at the weather. Here's Uncle Tabzi Wabzi.
Thank you very much, Wasty Tasty. A final look at your weather now. Water and Sanitation Minister Senzo Mchunu will visit Gqeberha this weekend amid an ongoing water crisis. The city collective dam level stands at just over 12%, and Mchunu will be meeting with Eastern Cape Premier Oscar Mabuyane and the Cooperative Governance MEC Xolile Nqatha. Spokesperson Sputnik Ratau said Mchunu would also have discussions with the mayor the municipal manager, as well as other officials. Ratau said business people would also be consulted, and he said that the business chamber was very concerned about what was happening and also the communities themselves. Part of the minister's visit will include public meetings tomorrow to update people on what government is doing to prevent a crisis. And next, we move on to the sunrise images shared on our Expresso WhatsApp line by you, our gorgeous viewers. Thank you very much to our regular photographer, Rina Vasan from East London, who shared this absolutely stunning image of the sky lighting up with hues of red. Take a look at that. Looks like a wallpaper. Karen Forsler from Durban also decided to spend her morning on the beach this morning where she captured this gorgeous orange-hued photo. Love it. It's stunning. Look at the glows there. Melody O'Reilly from Durban also woke up extra early to break dawn and captured this beautiful shot of the sky lighting up with an orange hue. Then last, certainly not least, Louise G. Sherry from Alberton out in Gauteng shared this fresh morning shot showing off a glow in the sky as the day begins. And that birdie also making a bit of a feature there. We also want to remind you, please, that you can send your sunrise images with us. Show us what it's looking like in your part of the country as you start the day by sending your images through to us on our WhatsApp line. That's 063-408-8863. And now, a final look at your temperatures across the country to set you up for the day. Polokwane, we start with you. Your low today is 4, reaching a high of 20. If you find yourself out in Mbombela, 8 is your minimum, reaching a maximum of 23. The capital city, Pretoria, starts off at 6, peaking at 19 degrees, with Johannesburg coming in at a low of 5, reaching a high of 18. Mahikeng, Bokoni Bupirima, 3 is your low, reaching a high of 20, with sunny times expected out in Klerksdorp today. 1 is your low, reaching highs of 20. Kimberley, 2 and 20, with Bloemfontein coming in at a -3 start, peaking at 19. Richards Bay, a break from the rain, sunny times for you today, 12, reaching a high of 25, with Pietermaritzburg coming in at a low of 7, reaching a maximum of 21. The warmest place to be, Durban, 14, reaching a high of 23. Mthatha comes in at a low of 5, reaching a high of 24. Some sun out in East London today, 13 is your low, reaching a high of 23. And if you're out in Craddock today, 1 is where you will start. You will peak at 21. Gqeberha, 10, reaching a high of 24, with George, sunny times, 8, peaking at 23. The mother city, Cape Town, has a low of 10 and a high of 20. Worcester comes in at 9, peaking at 26, with Sutherland at 4, peaking at a high of 18. Uppington, last, certainly not least, 6 is your start. You will reach a maximum of 24 degrees today. It's a Friday, and so no matter how cold, how rainy, how hot it is in your part of the country, you're going to make it a feel-good type of day.
I mean, especially if there are auditions taking place right now in Johannesburg, and it's time for us to see what Kuchle is up to.
Indeed, Sandton City is abuzz with auditions, and of course there are some influences on the ground. Kuchle has more.
Thank you so much, Zoe and Carl. Once again, so much, Zoe and Carl. I know that Uncle Tabsy just reported on the weather, but one thing's for sure, out here in Sandton City Shopping Centre at the Tropica Island of Treasure, Season 10 All-Stars auditions, we are bringing the heat this weekend. You have an opportunity of rubbing shoulders with your favorite celebrities and an opportunity of winning a shared 1 million rands. Right now, we are joined by Barbara George, who's the Senior Brand Manager at Tropica, and she's here to give us the scoop on what went down at the auditions in Cape Town and in Durban and what we should look forward to right here in the Johannesburg auditions. Barbara, good morning.
Good morning, Kuchle.
An exciting weekend,
It is, absolutely.
You are in the Hustlers Corner, the city of Joburg, Jozi Maboneng.
Yes.
But just the past 2 weeks, you went down to Cape Town to check out how the auditions went out that side. How did everything play out?
No, it was absolutely amazing, Kuchle. If I can be completely honest with you, with Island of Treasure 9, we kept our auditions exclusively on social media, and this year we're like, you know what, let's open it up, let's give everybody an opportunity to audition far and wide, and Cape Town was our #1 spot, and let me tell you, the people came out in their numbers. It was so exciting to see how much talent we have out there in South Africa. The personalities are big, bold, and just absolutely amazing, and you know, it really gave us something to hold on come to. So I can guarantee you that this season of Island of Treasure, our 10th season, is going to be nothing short of amazing. And those who aren't here have to come, because this is really, really an amazing opportunity to do something great, especially with such an amazing brand like Tropica.
Yes, you've got one life to live, and this is one of those once-in-a-lifetime opportunities to walk away with a shared R1 million. Yeah. Barbara, you were a part of the action in South Africa's playground last week in Durban. Tell us about the turnout and the energy that side.
Oh my word, Durban is literally a ball of fire, and when they say it's South Africa's playground, it definitely is. We had such a fantastic crew, cast of people coming through, from young people to old people. Everybody just came through to really show who they are, bring out their personalities, and prove to us that they deserve to be on the island with our broad assortment of amazing celebrities, our 10 all-stars. You know, they really came through, showed us their skills, showed us their talents. We had people dancing, we had people acting out skits, we had some YouTube stars, TikTok stars, we had guys who are really prominent on the social media streets, and we also had average guys who are like, you know what, I actually have a really good hidden talent that nobody knows about, and this might just be my platform to bring it all out. So Durban, oh, it was absolutely fantastic. So if we have to give an award to an area, we can't say just yet, because we still have our Joburg audition happening today.
Yes, of course. One thing about South Africans, we have that thing, man.
Yeah.
You know, we have
yes,
the
we
sauce,
do.
We've got the food vibes, and we have everything to showcase why we deserve to be on an island with our celebrities. Now, people at home who unfortunately can't make it to the auditions, but are fans of Tropica, who are consumers of Tropica, and want to walk away winners, elaborate more on some of the prizes that they stand a chance of walking away with.
No, this year, as part of our 10th year celebration, we had to go big, and going big means going big with 10 amazing prizes that we're giving away. That includes a 250,000 Rand product voucher from Suzuki. We've got a voucher to go to the Seychelles. We've got a really broad basket of great prizes. We've got Uber vouchers, Adidas, AEG, just to name a few. And of course, being here at Mr. Price Home, we know that there are probably going to be some amazing prizes from them as well in the future. So lots and lots and lots of really exciting prizes, which they can find under their cap in store, just by entering via the USSD.
Thank you so much, Barbara, for coming through with all the information that potential contestants need to come through to Sandton City to audition for Tropica Island of Treasure Season 10 All-Stars. The auditions are happening from today, the 3rd of June, up until Friday, the 5th of June, from 9 to 6 p.m. Bring your authentic self, bring your smooth vibes, bring your cool, man, and tell Tropica why you deserve an opportunity to compete for that shared R1 million. And also, if you're a fan, you have an opportunity of winning an array of prizes. Just simply buy a Tropica and look under the cap, and if you see the word treasure, you are a winner as well. We are still coming to you live from the Tropica Island of Treasure Season 10 auditions in Sandton City Shopping Centre. Kamalampu Putla Adams, do not go anywhere, because we've got a whole lot more action coming to you live.
Thank you very much, Kuhle. You look amazing. Please tell me you're auditioning for Season 10. Please tell me you are. Anyway, if you are still considering it, note that we are back in studio right now with musician Bonga, who's been such a treat. What a delight this morning. We're celebrating her music. Of course, we've had performances off of the new album, New Faces to Old Problems, a hit album at that. And here is my favorite jam. This one is Kauleza. Bonga, do it.
Singaka ondeshena somundoa Kaulezu figes mambane o figes mambane mafiku temesos bane Kaulezu figes mambane o figes mambane mafiku temesos bane ngazama kulaleki undishiya nesithukuthe sodwa Thiba ngazama ngiphumeleli uhlele engqondweni yami undizingela nje ingoma emnandi ufike sibambane xa ufika utemeso sibane Khawuleza ufike sibambane xa ufika utemeso sibane Zela kanjani Ewe tunduchilo mosi chunga mugunde Akukhumbula ukutana utibuye Ipene pepa ngapala Bani lete kafala Kira ya miyakali Zungu siandi bulala Ipene pepa ngapala Bani lete kafala Kira ya miyakala Son ese songo se han de bulala I can't leave the show without my band. I cannot. So, Sweetie on the bass. Tabiso on the guitar. Shout out to Scooter on the drums. And my guy goes Nancy on the keys. Bonga, thank you so much for having me. Have a lovely weekend and a happy Friday. Hey. Feel Good Breakfast Show. All right. Let us know what you thought of that performance. Expresso Money Show, SABC3, as well as send us those WhatsApps. 063-408-8863. That was fantastic. Come on. The 10th of June 2022 out at the Speyside Social. That's where you get to see this band and Bonga Kwana do their thing on stage. Go and support, what is it, vocals from the locals? Yeah, that is it. Bonga, thanks so much. Band, thank you so much. We'll see you just now.
Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness fever is still in full swing. Expresso has opened a portal to the multiverse, allowing you at home to be part of the spectacle. We'll be giving away 3 magical gift hampers to the value of 1,300 Rand. So, sorcerers, fortify your minds and pay attention. All you have to do is visit our Expresso Facebook page and tell us what you most enjoyed about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness movie. That's it. Competition closes at 12 p.m. on Friday the 3rd of June 2022. T's and C's can be found on our website, expressoshow.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
A serious intro for a serious man about a serious conversation. Hey.
I feel like I'm on the spot now. I'm sorry. I admit to everything. I did the crimes. What do you want?
Oh, wow.
Yes, good morning,
JP Sebastian is here. We are talking movies, but not just any movies. Movies still to come out for the rest of 2022. JP, I mean, it's been a big year in terms of movie box office.
Yeah, these always kind of end up surprising us, right? We're like, oh, man, like 2023 looks like poop. And then the movies come along and you're like, wow, there were actually some good ones. So the reason why I'm talking about this, by the way, is speaking of good ones, no one wants to compete with Tom Cruise last week.
Nope.
And Dinosaurs next week.
Okay.
So there's nothing releasing this week. And
okay.
So we're just talking about what to get excited for the rest of 2022.
That is so interesting. So let's move on to our first movie that's coming out.
And so July 29th is Bullet Train, starring Brad Pitt. I think that there's probably been some sort of brouhaha about Brad and the Bullet Train. Some excitement, I'm sure, because David Leitch is a great director for this. He previously did Atomic Blonde with Charlize Theron. So tactile, hands-on kind of thing. Brad Pitt apparently does 95% of his stunts.
That's amazing.
Hiroyuki Sanada, a guy who we've seen plenty of times before, but never gets his name sort of mentioned. Last Samurai, etc., etc. So all very talented people. Aaron Taylor-Johnson, who surprised me in the bona fide Perfume movie by Tom Ford, basically. So July 29th in South Africa. Action-packed spy versus spy, 5 assassins hunting 5 assassins type thing. And it'd be interesting to see what a stunt coordinator like David Leitch, who was, since going back to Troy in 2004, Brad Pitt's stunt double. So he knows the guy's body inside and out, probably more than some of the lady fans.
Years
that's
that movie came
way too impressive maths for JP. So I don't know how you pulled that out of the spot.
22 minus 4, 18.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, tight spaces, confined spaces, great for fights, I'm sure. We'll find out July 29th. First movie done.
There we go. Now we're moving on to the second movie still to come out. This one is called Nope. I feel like you have to say it like that.
Well,
nope.
Which would practically be your first response to anything in a horror situation. Every other horror movie, people are like, hey gang, let's go check it out. But Jordan Peele's like, no. A certain type of people of color are just like, nope. Jordan Peele previously Get Out, previously Us. I hope that you enjoyed either or both of those.
Get Out was good.
Oh,
with
man.
that tear running down.
Us with Lupita Nyong'o, have you seen? Give it a chance.
I haven't seen it.
Us
I haven't seen it. Okay.
Nope comes out August 19th, so early birthday present for me. Starring Steven Yeun. David Kaluuya returns with his chubby tier, maybe. We'll find out Keke Palmer as well. And no one knows what this is about thus far, but it's great for a start that you get to see Hoyt van Hoytema join Jordan Peele. He's now got enough pull behind him to have cinematographers the likes of which Christopher Nolan likes to usually steal. I think that there's a sense, if you're a nerd about the paranormal and that kind of thing, I don't know if you've heard of Skinwalker Ranch. This is like a paranormal site in real life, supposedly, where there's this weird confluence between aliens, devils, ghosts. Everything goes wrong at this place.
Oh.
Possibly what this movie is about. We don't know if it's aliens just yet. We don't know if it's demons. We don't know if it's like a Stranger Things kind of situation, basically, where it's like all sorts of paranormal falling on the same place, but it's a big nope from us. A big yes, I'm sure, come August 19th.
Nope is still to come out.
I'm excited.
Now, I know you're bringing quite a few. Avatar is also on the list coming out.
I have to repeat it, and obviously I did like 3 weeks ago already since the trailer came out, but it bears repeating, and Avatar is December 16th, if I got that correct, but you'll see for yourself in a sec anyway.
You make December 16th sound so far away, but we're halfway through 2022.
I'm glad you are. I'm still in like lockdown 1 from 2020, so I'm still trying to see Avatar, which by the way gets a re-release in September. if you want to see it on the big screen, the first one. So the second one is December, however. Like I said, 16th, and you've got 3 more sequels planned after that, all the way into 2026. James Cameron is a beast.
Is Zoe Saldana part of the cast?
Yes, indeed. You've got Sam Worthington returning, lots of big names. Sigourney Weaver, Kate Winslet makes a turn there too. We don't know just yet. This is 10 years after the fact of number 1, but good grief, obviously what's impressive here. I wonder, Zoe, like you know when you're sketching something and you go too far and you're like, what if I just add a bit of hair? What if I just add a bit of this? Like, you're making a movie across years, but the technology is constantly changing. How do you content yourself with, this is the look? I'm fine with this look. Like, they shot this in 2017. It looks really impressive for 2022. But we now have technology of 2023 basically at our doorstep. We'll find out. Like,
but when the original Avatar came out, I mean, it won awards for its
still mind-blowing, yeah.
animation. Like, they have always been ahead of time. So they've got
James
a winning recipe.
Yeah. And so definitely December 16th, keep an eye out for it. Avatar, The Way of Water lands in South Africa.
Well, JP Sebastian's not going anywhere because whenever we talk movies, he is here. And of course, if you have some exciting movies you're looking forward to, you're welcome to let us know on our Expresso social media.
That's all of the excitement. Thank you very much, JP Sebastian. Time for us to head on back to Sandton City out in Josie for the Tropica Island of Treasure.
Indeed, the auditions are going well. Let's find out what Kuhle has as an update. Take a peek.
Tropica Island of Treasure Season 10, okay? The auditions are happening right now at Sandton City Shopping Centre. Behind me are the incredible hopefuls. Are you guys ready for the audition? Exactly what it's all about. It's all about the energy, the vibe, and the sauce. And this is what Johannesburg has to bring out this weekend from the 3rd of June up until the 5th of June, from the 9th from 9 o'clock until 6 p.m. Oh, I'm loving the energy, you guys. I love it. But right now, though, we are joined by someone special. She is a social media influencer, a teacher, and a YouTuber. I am loving the outfit. Vorney, good morning to you.
Good morning. Thank you.
You are here to also try out to be on the Tropica Island of Treasure Season 10. What motivated you to be a part of the season?
Well, just like my husband Theo Josinque's music, smoothness is nothing new to me. One of my skills is quick thinking, and I believe that any...
Yes. No, you've got this. You've got this.
I believe that any competition needs to be trumped. And with that being said, I feel like I'm the perfect candidate for this year's competition. As you can see, I am smart, I am fast, and with this looks, I'll keep your audience glued to their screens.
I absolutely love that. It's all about the pizzazz right here at the auditions. Vorney, it's season 10. We're celebrating with 10 all-stars. Which celebrity would you love to be paired up with and why?
Well, I'm definitely going with Shashi Naidu. I think 2 beauties with brains is enough to distract any other team. So yeah, I'm going with Shashi Naidu.
And she's a great pick because she is also an all-star who won her season.
Yes.
I see what you're doing over there. Now, what are some of the smooth vibes that you have that make you stand out?
Definitely my personality, obviously my looks and style. I always come with a pop of color, so yeah.
She rocked up here this morning. We were like, woo, who is bringing all the sunshine? It's Vorney. Now imagine you make it through to the island and you win your share of R1 million. What would you do with the prize?
A big part of me is definitely to invest some of the money, invest in my child's education and then obviously give some to charity.
I love that. I love that so much. Now, Vorney, before we let you go, I obviously have to ask, we see you on the social media, you're a foodie. Whenever we're on her timeline, siyalamba, because you post such incredible stuff on your timeline. Is there something, a strategy behind the audition today and possibly being on the island?
Literally not. I eat anything and everything, but honey, I wake up like this every morning.
And that's exactly exactly how we do it right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. As Monet said, we wake up like this. Now we have the hopefuls behind me. The auditions are happening right here at Sandton City Shopping Centre from today up until to 6 p.m. I think. Yes, from 9 to 6 p.m. Also, the WhatsApp entries are open until midnight on Sunday. You have an opportunity of showcasing your talent and telling Tropica why you deserve a chance to compete for that shared 1 million rands. Now, once again, contestants, hopefuls, are you ready for the audition? Do not go anywhere because there's so much more coming to you live from Sandton City Shopping Centre.
A newly qualified chef looking to pocket a whopping 15,000 Rand in cash and the title of Excellent Young Chef for 2022? Then listen up and enter now. Entry is easy. Simply follow the Excellent Young Chef competition link on Afternoon Express's Facebook, Twitter or Instagram pages and upload a video of you sharing your name, a short intro about yourself, when and where you qualified, and your signature Excella dish using Excella Thai long grain rice, sunflower oil or mayonnaise. T's and C's do apply and can be found on afternoonexpress.co.za.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Happy Friday, it's your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso live on S3. Before we get on to the cooking with our fave, Chef Clem, I feel like it's important to go back to us asking you one question around what you're up to this weekend. We've got a couple of voice notes on 063-408-8863. Colleen, you're going to start us off. What you up to?
Good morning, Expresso family. This is Colleen here from Cape Town, Delft. We will be at home this weekend, playing games, maybe having a barbecue, and just relaxing. It's going to be cold. We will stay indoors, make some lekker veggie soup. Ooh, we love that. Have a fabulous weekend, everybody.
Thank you so much. Very fancy with the barbecue, eh?
A barbecue?
In the backyard. Jocelyn, you tell me, what are you up to this weekend?
A very good morning to the Expresso family. Yes, I'm having great plans for the weekend. I'm attending the Great Gatsby event at some place in Kensington, Cape Town. So I'm very excited. I have my full attire. Thank you so much, Jocelyn Upper Gardens. Bye.
Thank you, Jocelyn. We love you so much. And then Christine, it's your turn. What are you up to this weekend?
Good morning, Expresso family, Zoe and Carl. We're having a family get together tomorrow, a prize, some dominoes playing, and just having fun for the weekend. I hope you all guys all have a blessed weekend. Bye-bye, Christine here.
Bye, Christine. Yo, you know, Domino's weekend. You can just Milo! Like that. Oh, I can't wait. Anyway, if you want to send any of your voice notes through as to what you're up to this weekend, feel free. Bring it on. 063-408-8863 as we get on to somebody who starts a weekend in the kitchen. Today, we are giving you the best winter meal solution, everyone's favorite, throw it together spaghetti and meatballs using Woolies ready-made fricadelles and tomato sauce. How easy is that? This ultimate spaghetti bowl will take you just under 35 minutes, so you can get back to the Domino's game. Now, the best part, it serves 4 people, and most of the work is done just for you. Chef Clem is going to take us through. He doesn't really need to be here, but he's here anyway.
I don't need to be here.
This is easy.
I don't need to be here.
This is about... But the thing is, right, the trick to this, I believe, is to take everything out of their containers. And then when the guests arrive, they'll be like, just threw this together. You know what I mean?
You do it with finesse.
Because Woolies wants you to take the credit.
Absolutely.
You understand? That's why they also have a card for credit, which makes sense. Mr. Andre. I like
this
it.
man, so sharp, so sharp. Okay, so we're gonna start off by searing off our fricadelles.
Okay.
These are the pork and beef fricadelles. They are delicious.
Yes.
They are amazing. Okay. The flavor, it's raw,
beautiful.
but you can smell that like there's already the seasonings in there, the herbs are
Oh
in
my
there.
word! You know, I'm getting already just obviously the peppers coming through, which is very important for fricadelle. But then obviously all the other spices that you grew up with are coming through there as well. I don't know. I'm smelling a bit of cumin in there.
Yes.
Smelling a little bit of like maybe a touch of what is that other? I even feel like a little bit of garlic powder might be going through there as well.
That's why I like using this because the flavor's in there already. I don't need to be adding extra salt, extra spices, any of that. I actually use these to make sliders as well because it makes the best burger patties. And even when I feel like a bigger burger, I just take like 3 or 4 of them and squish it together into one
I've actually
giant
done
patty.
that.
It's so good.
I've done that. So I've made bao buns and used the fricadelle, and I just went whoop, done.
Like a bit of a South African, Asian fusion.
Hey. That's
put a fricadelle
I actually called
everywhere.
it boudewors. It was quite lekker the way it unified Asia and South Africa.
I love it.
Nice.
Okay, so what you're gonna do is
hard sear on that, right?
Hard sear,
because you want to trap in the juice.
and you want to get that crust. There's a lot of flavor in that crust as well. So you leave it. Once you see that they start going a bit opaque, coming up the side, that's when you can like give it a little shuffle.
Yes! Opa!
Okay. And once you get that shuffle,
wait. That was showing off.
No.
No. That was showing off. That's a show-off move. I'm sorry, Chef Clem, that is a show-off movement.
It's not a show-off move.
If you can do it again.
It's not a show-off.
That's the best. Honestly, your weekend, show them flames. Like Chef Clem.
No, absolutely.
All right, so once you do the hard sear.
Okay, we got the flavor and we got the brown. You can see, like, you can see the brown on there, and that's flavor. You need that. Then we're gonna go into the tomato and basil pasta sauce. It's gonna go in. And we actually turn the heat down first. You don't need so much of a high heat down. Okay, get that in there.
Oh, and the smells are coming out there. I wish you were here. I really wish you were here. Okay, done.
Do not waste this.
Yes.
Okay, very, very important. The pasta we're using, this is special pasta, okay? It's used by a die bronze cutter. So the texture on the outside is a little rougher than normal pasta.
I can tell. And if it's rougher, are you saying that it's going to grab more sauce?
That's exactly what you want.
Yes.
That's exactly what you want. So, this is what you're doing if you're feeling very, very fancy. Go for this guy. I love the way it absorbs the sauce. You can even see it when it finishes, the way that it's just not as smooth as normal pasta, but in this case, it's a good thing.
But you can tell already, like there's a bit of texture on it, and that means that the sauce is going to layer all over there. Let's pump it into overdrive.
Oh,
now. So with the rest of the tomato, with the sauce, right? What I love doing is actually I take a little ladle of the pasta sauce in there to actually thicken the sauce a little bit. I think that's great, obviously with all some of the gluten coming through. But what are you doing now? You just added some cherry tomatoes.
Cherry tomatoes went in there with some of that oil in there as well, because the flavor's in the oil.
And
then
now?
I've got these little flavor grenades. I miss G. G used to call them flavor bombs.
Flavor bombs?
Flavor bazookas.
Are these capers?
These are capers. People don't use capers as much as they should because capers have a very strong, briny, minerally flavor to it. But you don't use the whole thing. You don't have to use it like just a lot. A little bit goes a long way.
Great.
You can either chop it up and add it to the sauce. What I do is I just take them off, grenade, boom, there
Did you
goes the
say
flavor.
Okay.
You know?
I like it. Okay, cool.
It's okay, just take it off, add a few of the capers to it. That's going to flavor the sauce. If you want, you can chop it up and add it to it as well. It is so quick.
And this, so as you finish that up, this is also part of a deal. So you can do this weekend if you go to woolworths.co.za, right?
Tell me about it.
No.
It's just an amazing way to take the end of this week and start off with an amazing meal. We're giving you the solution right here today.
Done and dusted.
And you were even telling me about a healthier solution.
Indeed.
I can say, yeah.
Zucchetti is another way to go, but we're going to pile that on there. If you want to get the recipe, you want to get all of this, plus a very nice special for the weekend, all you have to do is go to woolworths.co.za. We finish off with a touch of our medium fat hard cheese.
Yes.
I like how we're doing this overdrive as well. This is great. Okay, done and dusted.
Pesto. This makes it so delicious. Pesto from a height.
Done.
I mean, you can do it in real time. You can make this in 10 minutes.
Try it this weekend. Do the right thing and join us for a lovely weekend dish. Spaghetti and meatballs a la Chef Clem.
1 in 2 healthy South African women suffer from iron deficiency. Speak to your healthcare professional about getting tested and treated for iron deficiency. Brought to you by FerryMed.
Your generosity can ignite a love for reading amongst our youth. Share your homegrown story. See Cadbury Story Edition packs. There's a glass and a half in everyone.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to it, your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, here on S3. Now, this morning, we are opening up to something really incredible. Let's take a look at an initiative that is raising awareness and garnering aid for those impacted by floods in KZN and the Eastern Cape. On Saturday, the 18th of June, over 30 concerned artists will come together to lend their voices and perform at the Arise Benefit Concert at the Moses Mabhida Stadium. The cohort of organizations involved also aim to raise 10 million rands to alleviate the catastrophic situation that befell Eastern Cape and KZN citizens. Now, connecting with us this morning to tell us all about it is the spokesperson for this initiative. It's Dr. Sipho Sithole. Dr. Sithole, thank you so much for making the time.
Oh, thank you, Tabiso. We are now really quite anxious, and thanks for granting us the opportunity to talk about what I personally consider as the first ever unity in purpose shown by the cultural and creative sector. So this Arise Benefit Concert is something that I think needed to be done.
I think that it is such a phenomenal intervention, and what an incredible way to get the arts, right, to really show up during this time of need for those who've been impacted out in the Eastern Cape and KZN. But let's talk about the objective, the actual meat of this benefit concert. What is the plan? How will it all work?
So firstly, I think we were responding to a statement that we had from Premier Sihlezi Galala, saying that there was a billion rand declared, but that was not enough. But we've also since learned that that billion rand was not just for KZN; it was for national disasters. And we then thought that what can we do as the cultural and creative community? Because Tavis, you'll remember that every time when there's been famine in Africa, the West always rise to the occasion using the artistic expression to raise funds. You know, Ethiopia, 1985, Live Aid. 1985, again, there was this We Are the World song that was done for USA for Africa. It was to help Africans, you know. Even when the Release Mandela campaign at Wembley Stadium, I think it was around the same year or something, where Europeans, or what we call in the academic community, the global north, always comes to help the global south. And this is the first ever benefit concert, I think, done on African soil by Africans just to get together. And the idea was to say, how can we use our cultural currency and the pulling power and the massive following that the artists have in making sure that they get people to come to the stadium? And in numbers, we are targeting 20,000 people at both Moses Mabhida and People's Park with this very same aim of raising 10 million rand, which then will be contributed back to the communities in need. And, you know, as we can see the visuals there, amazing that we were able to get all the artists to raise their hand and say, I'm in, you know. I normally would have charged 250,000 rands a show. For instance, someone like Zonke, that we know that's the going rate. But they were all agreeable to an honorarium of just 10,000 rand across. Whether you're an upcoming or big artist, small artist, whether you've got a 23-piece band, it's just that honorarium, because this benefit concert was not for the artists themselves, but it's for the affected communities. So that is how it was conceptualized. And then we called on other players in the industry, Capasso, Sampra, Sambro, SABC, RISA, the NAC as the lead convener of this. We then said, you cannot do a massive concert of 20,000 people with some backyard sound system. You know, you need a big player like Gearhouse. And they said, we are in, you know. They are the leading technical solutions provider on the continent.
I love that.
And then
Dr. Sithole, I love all of this. Your target is big. 10 million rand is what you're looking to raise. Quickly, before I let you go, how are we looking right now? How are the ticket sales going?
Well, the ticket sales started this weekend, because we needed to sign off the stadium, them to hand it over to us. And they needed to go to council as well here at Tegeni Municipality to that get approved. But let me tell you, the SABC is rolling out a massive marketing and promo campaign. But we are also targeting corporate to buy tickets in bulk so that we can also distribute those to the affected communities. Then also a headline sponsor that might come on board anytime. And then we are fine. I mean, right now we are talking to Expresso. That's already, we are selling tickets already.
I love
the platform is open, and then that's it. We just go to the stadium.
Umuntu ngumuntu ngabantu. Dr. Sipho Sithole, thank you so much for putting together this incredible initiative. What a platform to be able to have South Africans sort of rally together to help those who have been impacted and affected so negatively by these floods that we have seen. Thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you. Thank you so much, and thanks to you guys.
This is really incredible, and also what an awesome lineup of artists. You really do want to be a part of this. Now, the SABC is proud to be part of this selfless project. It's an important initiative. It's aimed at bringing much needed relief to our fellow citizens. So please do go out and find out more information about it. It is called the Arise Benefit Concert. It takes place on the 18th of June at the Moses Mabhida and People's Park Stadiums out in KZN. We all can play a part in alleviating the pressure that's really been so stressful for those people in KZN and the Eastern Cape.
Oh, well, listen, I've polished most of my cereal bowl, and I'm so happy we're finally here, because I've been dying to see JP and Carl go head-to-head in our Fellows Challenge. Now, don't be fooled by the smiles. This is a serious situation. We are going to do another round of our Fellows Challenge. Now, today, we have Carl up against JP Sebastian, and they are battling it out for a box of delicious Jungle Crunch-A-Lots Fellows. There are 3 boxes to choose from. They can only pick one. Now, the rules are super easy. You will each be blindfolded. You will have 30 seconds to scoop as many cotton balls into your own bowl, and the person with the most bowls wins the game. Are you ready? Do you understand?
Yeah, of course.
Sure. Very intimidating.
Yes.
Okay.
Very deceptive, I'm sure.
Can you put your blindfolds on?
No problem.
Yes.
I'm going to scatter our Fellows for you.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm as ready as I'll ever be. I do not know what's going on. This feels like some weird torture exercise. We'll find out soon enough, I'm sure.
Okay, are you ready?
I feel like I'm DJing.
Can we put the timer on? 2, 1, go.
Let's go.
For he's a jolly good fellow. For he's a jolly good fellow. Woo! Look at all this scooping!
I've got No.
You need to scoop on the floor, JP, on the table,
I've got like 10 already, dude. Let's go. Yes.
I feel like Carl's not even wearing his blindfold.
Look at this.
Okay, I found something special.
30, 31, 32, 33, 34.
This feels like a charity case situation. I heard a lot
Thumbs
cheering
up.
for me.
34.
You may take your blindfold off.
Okay.
Yeah, game feels rigged. I'm going to say it right out here. Leather jackets were swapped with bookies at some point. Someone was way too kind to my inept self.
Yo, I just... No, what do you mean? I just realized... You don't expect one number in your salary and you come up with the reality? This is...
That's your take-home salary.
This is the take-home?
JP Sebastian, you win. Which Crunchalots pillows would you like?
I would like to get the matching Crunchalots pillows.
The original flavor, well, there you have
not eat
it.
them, just walk around with
The
them.
new Jungle Crunchalots pillows, they are so crunchy and they are so creamy and they are delicious. Now, if you would love to treat yourself to a box this weekend, if you are in the mood, why not play the Pillows Challenge at home? Take a video of it and please share it with us. We would love to see how you do the Pillows Challenge.
I still don't know how I did.
Be a success like me.
Jungle Crunchalots pillows. Enjoy these new oat-based creamy scented pillows as a snack or breakfast cereal.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Hey, welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso here at S3, and we are ready for a Friday dance. Now, it can't happen here.
No.
We've gone everywhere. We've gone to Santon, we've gone everywhere. So I feel like today we should do a Friday dance with you, Claire.
How much time do I have?
Now.
We are coming to you live from Johannesburg in Santon City Shopping Centre where the Tropica Island of Treasure Season 10 auditions are happening. They are running from today up until Sunday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Also, if you can't make the live auditions, it's the final rounds. Don't worry, Tropica has got you. The WhatsApp entries are still open up until Sunday midnight. But right now, it's time for us to get the festivities of the weekend started. And it's Friday Dance Day. We've got the BW dance crew behind me and they're about to usher us into this weekend. BW, take it away. Your mask.
Taking my dreams in paradise, paradise. All of the stars are here tonight, here tonight. We compete in the sunshine all day long. Find out who's taking the treasure home. 'Cause there ain't nothing smoother. Tropical island of treasure. Celebrating 10 seasons together. Young legends, shakers and movers.
And that's exactly how we kick off the Johannesburg leg of the Tropica Island of Treasure Season 10 All-Stars auditions, happening right here at Sandton City Shopping Centre from today, the 3rd of June, up until Sunday, the 5th of June, from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. If you can't make it to the live auditions, do not fear. Tropica has got you. The WhatsApp entries are still open up until Sunday midnight. From myself, Ukuhle Adams, it has been such a smooth morning coming to you live from Johannesburg. Everyone in studio and to you at home, mwah, I hope you have a fantastic Friday and weekend. Bye-bye.
Oh, man, Joburg bringing the heat. Thank you so much for that, Kusha Adams. And there, with that, like on that note, the Tropica Island of Treasure auditions begin. Yep. But maybe let's get a freestyle from the guys before we go.
I feel like we do that all the time. I feel like this is your time to shine. Santon, bring us another stuff, man. Another
stuff.
Go for it.
So give it.
Okay, well, let's ask them to freestyle. And of course, if you are heading out to Sandton City this weekend, auditions are taking place. If you are auditioning online, those entries close on Sunday. So make sure you get your Tropica Island of Treasure auditions in.
Let's see some more dance moves.
You ready for that?
I want to be inspired for the weekend. Let's go.
Taking my dreams in paradise, paradise. All of the stars are here tonight, here tonight. We compete in the sunshine all day long. Find out who's taking the treasure home. Cause there ain't nothing smoother. Tropical island of treasure.
Looks like a party. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you on Monday.
Here's to the sweet taste of time off, celebrating the lust of summer, and to family memories made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.